Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Listen, I love it. Do you hear me? Now we about to have some women screaming for us because we know most of our audience is women. Make sure y'all following everybody. We're about to come on camera. Make sure you following everybody. Do you see this? Necey Dixon, Bondy Blue, Jami ThatsMe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. My Twitter is a different Twitter. Somebody put it in the chat for me, please. Necey Dixon is the same on Twitter. Okay, I'm the only one whose Twitter has been taken.
I'm hollering.
Girl, for whatever reason. But without any further ado, your favorite motherfucking panel.
What's going on?
Y'all, it's the we off maternity leave comment for me. Everybody.
Yes,
you right.
Off maternity leave.
Oh, that's funny. Yes.
That is funny, child.
And I am back in town. Okay? Because y'all know a bitch be on a flight. The girls are back in town. It's so good to be back. I'm not. We're a little late because we had to catch up. It's a lot going on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot going on. But either way, I'm so excited. It is so happy for us to be back. Jami, how are my niece and nephew?
They are doing well. Let me speak for my look. I'm over here about to speak for Snows. They are doing. He's doing great. He is doing amazing. He's growing very, very fast. Very fast. He's adorable though. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's crazy how much babies change like every single day.
Absolutely.
Every day. Like, it's funny because my baby she 4 weeks today, and it's just now starting to get to the points where I'm like, oh my gosh, I could see my face in her face because she looks just like her daddy.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm like, I
wasn't willing to choose.
Yeah, you're the only person, Jami. You was the only person to like give me a little bit of, that
both
look like
of
your
y'all.
daughter.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, she look like both of y'all. Like I can't even choose one over the other. Like it's crazy. Like she look like both of y'all. She's a cutie pie.
I hate to be that one, but I don't see nothing but Ted right now.
I know.
No, you said that out the gate.
Yeah, before you hopped on, I was telling Bondy how once I seen her, I was like, in my head, I was playing, oh, she looked like Dennis with a bow. When Eva said that to Portia. Like literally.
Because she looked just like her dad, yeah.
But I look like mine too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when they're young, look just like the daddy. And then there's these certain girls, as you grow, you start to look more like your mother.
Right. I mean, she's cute as fuck. Don't play, but she's
okay
with a bow.
She is so cute. Oh my gosh, she's adorable.
Necey, I'll say your cheekbones are in there. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for sure.
One of the most important facial features of them all. Okay, girl. But yes, no, we are super duper excited that everybody's off maternity leave. Everybody's healthy.
Yes, that was my next thought. Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I need to make a whole separate video about.
We're waiting on it.
Yes.
Y'all both make me feel like I'm glad I don't have any kids, and then I wish I had one. Cause them hospital stories, boy, when I tell you, like, it's the labor stories, like that shit is what makes me feel like, you know what, I'm all right. But I do really be, and let me tell you something. Because Jami hasn't really been posting like as much. She, we've seen because we know, But when Necey posted her holding the baby in the mirror, I was just like,
which picture was it?
I don't know. I
the one you were holding her, you were in her room, you were doing like this scan, and it was like mirror time. Yeah, I think
yes. Girl, that was the moment. I was like,
yes,
like bitch, I'm a mother, no drama.
Yes, I know. But I was like, look at Necey.
Oh my god. Yeah, she's so little. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm telling y'all, the first couple nights I was so delirious. She was crying. I was like, oh, niece, don't cry. I was like, oh shit, this is my child. like for real. Because like I kept saying to her, like, oh, what you doing, sis? What you doing, friend? And I guess it was getting in my mind. I was like, whoa, hold on. Like,
that's too funny.
I just labored this child. Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy.
It's very surreal. It's very surreal. Cause I mean, I feel like a first time mom, like all over again. And it's like surreal. I still look at him like, oh, I cannot believe that this is my child.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be having to go back and look at the pictures for proof. Because, like
Yes,
Bondy said, the stories will have you pushing stuff out of your head.
for sure.
Listen, like, ooh,
For
but
sure.
I'm happy. I'm happy that everything went well and y'all
Yeah.
both, everybody's healthy and the babies are healthy.
Mhm.
Girl, because being an auntie is a stressful situation.
Sure.
Listen, being an auntie, because all you can do is just be like, I hope everything go okay. I don't know.
Right.
And then be on standby for the phone calls.
Okay,
Right.
listen, just waiting for somebody to call me and tell me what had happened. Really, girl? But you really get scared listening to some of that shit, and you want to fight doctors like
For
that.
sure.
Listen, so not to get
True.
too personal, but since we talking, so I had to go to the doctor, do my little yearly checkup or whatever,
Mhm.
and I had some like irregular shit going on. So because I'm very in tune with my body, I pay attention. So I'm like, hey, had some weird shit going on, whatever. So we did an ultrasound. And it came back and they was like, you got fibroids, but it's two small ones in the
Mhm.
muscle. So it's not deterring anything. It's not causing any real issues. So I was like, okay, so nothing else is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, damn, I really didn't want to have fibroids. Like everybody got fibroids. It's like,
Yeah.
chlamydia or some shit. Like I didn't want that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I know it's not, but the way everybody gets it and you don't want it and you hear about everybody having it and you be like, man, I ain't gonna have that shit. And then you find out you have that shit.
Yeah.
Ugh. But
Yeah, very common.
yeah, it's not causing any issues. And then I Googled it. I'm a doctor and I was Googling shit. And it's only like 1 centimeter. So it's like two little small ones. She was like, it's not an issue. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it. And I'm like, child, like everything else. Like if it wasn't gonna set my shit off, I'd be like, let's just take the coochie out, bro. Like if it wasn't if it wasn't for the sex part, I'd be like, take it. I'm tired.
Oh my.
And
That's funny.
it's just because like I feel like as a woman, I'm always with some type of issues. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always an
Mhm.
issue. Well, it was the HPV and the cervical cancer and getting 5011 fucking cones and shit. And now you done found out you got fibroids. Not nothing that's hindering you, but it's just like it's always a coochie issue. So people asking me if I want children. I'm like, yeah. Like
You saying yeah with a question mark.
yeah. No, for real. Because I like life. I like being able to just pick up, you know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
can't baby in a kennel all day. Like
Very true.
you know what I'm saying? Like we got moms
Mhm.
and shit, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good without. But I'm also open if I do. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, at this point, I'm 36 in May. It's just kind of like it could happen. Great. If it doesn't, great. I'm cool with it. I
Damn, these years be going by fast.
don't
Okay.
think.
Like, damn, why I feel like your birthday just passed?
Facts.
I feel like you said 36. Damn. When we start this, you was
Yeah,
33.
I'm over here thinking like May. I'm like, shit, it is around the corner. I feel like Karen Huger. not me about to, not me about to cry and lie in March about
Hey,
some shit in May. Wow.
listen, it's April 4th, girl. My birthday is May 26th, and I will be 36. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you have to get a hysterectomy. I pray that you can remove it. No, I don't have to remove it. I don't have to remove it. They say it's not an issue right now, so I don't have to get rid of it. It's only like 1 centimeter. So it's not. And then they also say when they're in the muscle, like in the wall, that's like more common and not as much of a hindrance as if it was like in there, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But what I do know is after hearing about what happened with Halle Berry, like, girl, it's just like the coochie issues are just too much. Did y'all hear about Halle Berry?
No.
I just saw the headlines.
She's going through perimenopause, and her stupid ass doctor said she had the worst case of herpes he's ever seen. And it's like, how, sir? Last time I checked, herpes come with like pustules, bleeding, like, genital warts sometimes, like the worst case of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, why would you tell that? It almost felt like, girl, your doctor don't like you and he wanted to hurt you, scare you, or make you, or basically slut shame you. Like he see you as Halle Berry, the actress, and feel like he can slut shame you by way of private practice. When I tell you, I probably would have reported that nigga. Like, what do you mean? Because she was Van Hunt. Like, we need to go get tested.
Like, see, I don't even know what that does.
Just off of that misdiagnosed. Like, didn't a young woman just died from a situation like that? That influencer, where I forgot what they told her she had. Did they tell her she had fibroids only to find out she actually had cervical cancer? I can't remember what they told her initially. Misdiagnosed this young lady, and by the time she was able to, really figure out what was going on with her, it was too late, and she passed away.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because like in my experience with dealing with both of those things, somewhat, they do two different tests. Like for the fibroids, I had to get an ultrasound. But for the cervical cancer, the growth on your cervix, they actually like go in and do like take a piece off of it and all. So I'm like, damn, how did they misdiagnose her when it should be two different procedures to figure out both of those things? Like that pisses me off.
I mean, and a lot of them just check off a list of symptoms and will tell you have something.
Which is
that's why a lot of people don't know that they have PCOS or endometriosis because they can't take not one test, really. They just like, it sounds like you have this.
Oh my God. So y'all be about your health. Women, advocate for yourself. Get second, third opinions if you feel like you need
Definitely.
to.
Despite what some of these doctors say. Hey, Dr. Jackie girl. Yeah, because we talk about the reunion, but I just felt the way about how they, since we talking about this girl.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
She said one thing with Dr. Heavenly, and I'm not saying she's not an amazing doctor because I'm sure she is to some, but with Dr. Heavenly, she sat up there and she said that we complain too much, and then she got on a reunion and said that we don't speak on our health enough or whatever it was. She said we don't, I guess, advocate for ourselves enough. I'm like, well, which one is it?
No, she said that we cry wolf. That's what she said. She said
that was the first one. The first one, we cry wolf.
Right.
And then the second one,
we don't advocate for ourselves enough.
So which one is it? Do we cry or do we not cry?
That's the question.
I'm like, girl, what the hell going on?
Speaking of, even then, the reunion turned into. Andy didn't hold her accountable. It was more discussion about the way people treated her based on her comments and the cast sticking up for her than it was about her actual comments. Really, they just put to bed like she been doing the work for 30 plus years, period. We're not going to address her comments. That's the way they handled it to me.
But we are going to make it seem like Quiet was responsible for putting that video out. Girl, what the fuck is that?
Girl, I was like, are y'all serious? How the fuck did we get here with Quad being a scapegoat? Like, how did we get? And then the fact that Heavenly told Quad not to call Jackie. Girl, I was like, so you wanted that is what it felt.
I feel like she introduced it. Even though Heavenly was saying it was brought up with the group. I'm like, no, you introduced that thought. In my personal, that's just what I think. I do. I think she introduced that thought. It came from you.
Especially because she wanted Jackie not to be upset with her because she wasn't gonna take that video down because she knew that video was gonna make her money.
And continuing to do so.
Girl, I wonder if Alex asked that once I got off the live because y'all know
I was about to say that.
I'm supposed to be on Heavenly's channel this month. And I know it may just be an opportunity for her to curse me out. Or for me to show up and ask her 11 questions that I had not thought to ask. So I'm about to start a fucking list.
I hope if Alex didn't ask, I'm gonna need you to ask Heavenly why she was in agreement with Carlos about Juan Dixon being the worst man on reality TV when he got a couple of them on the show.
Okay, hold up. Hold up.
Like it was. I was like, huh?
Writing
What?
down questions for Heavenly. Hold
Yeah,
up.
Now
I'm
he got some of them on his show, girl.
definitely. I'm surprised that Heavenly agreed with him. Like, where was that?
Hold
I
up.
think Heavenly was thinking, look, let me I think with Heavenly,
Say,
she was
Jamie.
thinking of Bravo Land. I don't
Okay.
I think it might be rare that one even considers own. It's no disrespect.
Yes, I
Um,
do.
but yeah.
That was
I had a question as we're talking about this. Can y'all see or do you think that RHOP could be headed down a road like Love and Marriage Huntsville with the view like a large drop in views or
Oh
no?
yeah. Oh yeah. I think they already
Yes,
had that
been.
large drop in views this past season because nobody was checking for them like that. Like at one point,
Mhm.
Married to Medicine was the more watched show as far as my reviews were concerned for a minute.
Mhm.
Hold up. So we had what was that? What was the first question? Because we got the second question about wine. What was the other one about Heavenly?
Oh, I don't know about the
I don't
second one.
know.
Damn, I forgot that fast. I'm gonna come
Oh,
back.
was it about her leaving the video up or something?
Yes. Why did you leave the video up? Did you set up quad? Okay. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I get that
Did you set up quad?
down. Did you? Because I already know that if I'm coming on her thing after I watch Alex today, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna have me on there so I can ask you questions. Okay. Did you set up quad? Okay, so we got 3. Y'all email me more. And I'll make sure I get those calls because I was just like, I don't want to ask this lady the same shit that everybody else been asking her. Like, I know everybody gonna ask the same shit over and over again. So I'm like thinking about y'all. You know, I was gonna go straight. I'm gonna go straight for the jugular, and then we just gonna see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah, we just gonna go straight for the jugular. Damon. Okay, number 1. All right. I don't know what else to do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Potomac since we're here in Bravo
Oh,
land.
this was
Okay.
cute.
You know, do you guys want to do a quick little, I feel like we don't need to do the looks because we've all done the looks, but I mean, let's just do your best and your worst.
Oh, that'll work. That'll work.
Yes,
Very
best
easy.
and worst. I'll go first to, give y'all time. I'm gonna say I think my best, I think, was Candace. My worst was either Giselle or Robin. It was one or the other.
Wow. My best was Karen. My worst was Nneka.
Oh my.
I feel like everybody showed up except for Nneka. But it's her first season.
My best was Karen and my worst was Robin.
Okay.
Really? I actually liked Robin's look.
That
the pantsuit and the
the
bob without the tire tracks. No, ma'am.
Really?
Yes, the bob was definitely a bit stiff. Not to come all the way to the reunion and let Giselle outdress you with simplicity. I'm a little disappointed.
You think she outdressed her? That's when we decide Giselle is the worst for me.
Yeah, I do. I did not like Robin's outfit. I thought I didn't.
It was giving Matrix.
I didn't.
Like
I think
like villain.
It could have been the hair that really did it. I don't know. Like I
feel like her leave out was stiff. It was the leave. I could see the separation between her hair and the weave. And I feel like when you go on TV, I mean, in general, it's a no, but especially when you go on TV, you got time to prep.
It didn't have
at least Nneka tried. That's why I couldn't give Nneka the very low.
Really, y'all? Look at the material. Look at
everybody
the
has
dress.
some extra going on except for Giselle. I'm like, she tried.
Got it off the fucking rack. Everybody else at least went to somebody to get their shit made. She got it off the Macy's.
Yeah, it is giving JC.
I hate that for her, and it just goes to show y'all. When I tell y'all, looks don't mean nothing. Looks don't mean nothing. You can't dress. You ain't got no man. You ain't got no woman. You don't have no personality. You got a little bit of money, but not really because you can't afford better clothes or to construct your house all at once. Like,
A disappointment, and this is I promise y'all, we just be talking. I really don't mean any disrespect to anybody. I really, really don't. Um, I just hate that she stuck with the same hairstylist after 8 years. It's like at some point, don't people get new ones while being on the show?
Yeah.
And
Well, no, she
we're
too. Remember, she had the bangs, the 5 pack of the Remy hair all across her
I
forehead in the
remember
first
that with the
season.
crinkles or something like that the first season.
Yeah.
was
Mm-hmm.
that
But
Robin?
Kyle did that.
That
No,
was
no, no.
that
That
was
was Giselle.
Giselle.
I remember. You're right.
That was Giselle.
Giselle did that.
Yeah, you don't remember she had the straight across bang,
Yeah,
and
I
she was
remember that.
arguing.
I'm trying to see who did her head.
Probably the
That was
one that's
that.
on the show.
Yeah,
And that's
him.
what I'm talking about. He's been there from the beginning. He's still there, and nothing has
I don't
improved.
know why
Nothing. Because that's our
I
friend.
would not be telling people for as long as he's been on the show. I would not step on the show saying I was her hairstylist. At this point, remove the hairstylist title because I feel like that's not good advertisement for him. You need to just come on the show saying that you are a friend. Do not let people know that you are responsible for the hair we've been seeing for however long.
Please don't do it. Cal, yes. It's embarrassing, Cal. Nobody should go to Cal for anything if Giselle is the model. I'm just saying, I don't know who even styled her because you know what works on my nerves about her? I feel like she's always trying to give like reserved, right? She's always in her church lady mindset. But you a thought. So give it a rest. Like I'm just saying, like when I really think about it, Giselle is a thought, wants to be a thought, but wants to be able to have like that pedestalized persona, especially coming from being in a church and all of that. And
You think she's a thought?
yeah.
I don't think she got nothing going on. I don't think
yeah.
she's ever had anything going on.
Oh no, remember when Karen said she was a hot put? I believe Miss Sister Hot
A
Put.
whore
Maybe
from
back
Hampton.
down at Hampton, but yeah, maybe at Hampton, but I don't think Giselle.
No, this is the time. This is the hot pussy years. Like,
I don't know what Giselle got going on, but I do know from those clips that we did see that's coming up for the reunion, Mia gonna kind of bust her out about dating other people. So the man that we've been seeing her with ain't the only person that she's been dating. Then she's gonna say, because Andy's gonna bring up something about him kissing another woman, and she gonna say, "Oh, he already told me about that, but I don't care what any man that I'm seeing does." Beyond my eyes. Basically, if I don't witness it, then I don't care. I don't believe that. Don't downplay that, especially for you to turn around and introduce that man to your children.
Had them all up around the children. Child Grace was like, what is happening here?
And the kids didn't even really want to meet him. It was giving you a forcing them to be in the scene and interact with this man to make you look good for television. Like, what is going on?
That clip that you're talking about, Jami, for next week also was giving Nneka and Mia caught the assist to make Giselle look better. Andy started asking her about this fake relationship, and as soon as he did, Nneka goes, "But are you dating other people?" Like, oh, let's spin it to a positive. And then Mia brings up the guy she's dating instead of everybody talking about this contractual relationship. So I'm like, look at y'all trying to help her get out of it.
That's all they do is protect her. And it's really obnoxious, to be honest. So at the reunion show, I feel like, main shit to me was them gaslighting Candace. I felt like everybody was acting as if they didn't know what has basically happened or taken place. And I do feel like it's a reflection of colorism. Somebody sent me them clips on Twitter that's going around from, I think that was season 1 or 2 of Real Housewives of Potomac with Katie, and Katie called Giselle and Robin out for questioning her about her racial identity. And I want to play the audio from those because I feel like everybody acts like whenever we're talking about Candace, like somebody literally tweeted me and said that she's making shit up in her head. And I'm like, oh no, see, bitch, that's what we're not going to do. I said, and I stand on this, that Robin has been trying to prove her blackness low-key through her relationship with Juan. Being with a baller and being dogged out and cheated on and being the stick beside him, ride or die, is what I think she thinks black women do in their relationships, which is why she's so committed to that image. Okay. Hold up. I'm pulling up this sound because I want to make sure we can hear it. but I'ma see if I can cover because yeah, I'm gonna cover it because I don't want the sound, I don't want the video to cause no copyright. So
Right.
we're gonna let it rock.
Giselle and Robin, why was it important that Katie define herself to you?
No.
And to find my children, which was
No.
What?
My father was in the civil rights movement. So when we were little, we had the KKK burning sign in our yard on a weekly basis. My father had death threats every day. What they didn't show was that when we were at the baby naming ceremony for Katie, she made reference to the black side like it was demeaning. Like, oh no, I would never be
such a
considered
liar,
black.
Giselle.
If you're half black, 1/4 black, 2% black, be proud of that.
Are you not proud of it?
I have no idea what she's talking about. And once again, it's like, why would you come to someone's house for a religious naming ceremony, and then go outside and go in on them and challenge them about
we didn't
what
go
is
in.
your.
We didn't go. We just asked
Okay.
you a simple question.
And then for Robin to bring up, okay, well, when your girls are older, what box are they going to check? What the hell
why
are
is
you
that
talking
offensive?
about?
But Katie,
Why
you
would you
know-
even bring that
But
up?
Katie,
Just
you
say it.
know that you said something wrong. That's why you sported the Jackson 5 afro.
The Jackson 5 afro.
Yes, remember the
Giselle,
afro?
first of all, you don't know.
First of all, I have to stop right there. That's offensive as fuck for her to call the Jackson 5 afro because when you look at the picture, that literally just looks like Katie's natural hair. So whenever black people call a afro a Jackson 5 afro, I assume they are far removed from their blackness or they have some internalized racism. They hate depictions of blackness because why is your only reference point for an afro Jackson 5?
Know my family. My mother is from Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
She lived in the segregated South, just like your family.
You're not proud of that.
This is so
Okay,
ignorant.
okay,
I
okay,
shouldn't
okay,
even
okay,
get
okay,
myself
okay,
about
okay.
you. Wow,
Katie, Katie,
dumb and dumber.
No, you know what? You better shut the hell up. I asked you a simple question.
Why do I have to answer any of your questions, Rob?
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Because how many times do they keep acting like Robin doesn't dig in anybody's ass? And I feel like this was Robin until shit started happening with Juan, always asking these stupid ass fucking questions like she did with Katie here. And I'm just asking a question.
Robin, I don't care.
Hold on, I want to hear from her.
I want you to understand
What?
that you're not biracial. Shut up. You know what? It. Y'all better get security here for real, because
For what? What are you gonna do?
Shut up.
Oh,
Are you
I don't
aware that
know.
half of my family is white?
Katie,
So
I
you're
was gonna-
talking
I was
about
gonna tell you.
my father, my grandparents,
I'm
my
gonna let her go on.
cousins, they all don't like me? Wow.
Katie, I don't
Thank
know
you
where.
for clarifying
Katie,
that.
I was getting ready to say that I don't know where they put that in. Like,
Of
I don't know
course.
how this show became the poster show for race relations in America.
Because you're talking about it all
However,
the time. Are you
I don't
aware that
know.
half of my
because you're talking about it all the time, bitch. Because you're talking about it all the time.
I'm going to ask Ashley your opinion.
Oh,
You're
favorite part.
biracial. Your reaction to all this?
I was just really surprised because the two women who have the most European features seem to make the biggest deal of race. When most of us embrace our naturalness, for some reason they don't.
What?
Coloring your hair blonde.
Ashley, shut your stupid ass up. Girl, shut
The
the
only
fuck
reason
up.
the only reason I agree with Ashley is because at the time they would clown Ashley for wearing her natural hair. They would, you know what I'm saying? They would make their little comments and shit. And so it's kind of like, how are you gonna talk to Katie about her blackness when you in fact have your issues when people showcase what is considered to be black, especially if it's something that you deem, unsavory, like natural hair. You know what I'm saying?
I'm low key remembering how I felt. I don't remember what happened, but I remember how I felt when I watched this.
Mhm.
And when I watched it, I remember being in agreement with Robin and Giselle. Only because from what I remember was when Katie came on the show, she was hell bent on letting everybody know she was mixed. She had a white man. Because were her kids black? And she was raising them to be Jewish.
That is the part right there, Necey. That's the part right
Right.
there. Yeah, their dad is white, but the reason they were calling into question what box would they check was because Katie had a whole Jewish shit ceremony for kids that were not Jewish, but
Right,
she
but-
loved that religion so much that she was trying to thrust her kids into that.
Her kid's father was the white man. I thought the white man was their stepdad.
The
He
white,
was
yeah, he
one-
was the stepdad.
Okay,
He was her
okay, that's
boyfriend.
why.
But their
Okay.
dad is white.
Oh, okay, their dad is white too,
Mhm,
but
yeah.
they just aren't Jewish.
Correct.
Okay,
But she had the ceremony, so I guess they Jewish now.
But
it's nothing wrong with them being Jewish, but I just remember her trying to brand herself like that so much on the show that it was almost as though she wanted to reject any of her blackness. So I remember being in agreement with Robin and Giselle, but I can say at the same time, the way that Robin and Giselle are coming for her is because I think they're projecting their experiences on her because they look so white, like white
Yes,
adjacent. I
exactly.
think, like, especially with Giselle coming from, and y'all be for real, I know these women don't look white, but because they are lighter, closer to whiteness, and Giselle coming from a family of
Robin
people
looks
who were
white.
in the civil rights movement. You've seen Robin's parents on the show. Robin's mama is giving me black woman. Like you hear the bass in her voice when she talks. Her daddy is giving black man. Robin was raised to know that she's a black woman too. So I think Robin and Giselle probably have this internalized, let me prove and let me let people
Yes,
know
I'm
that
black.
I am black. And
Mhm.
that's how Katie should be moving as well. So I just remember the way I felt. I remember being in agreement with Robin and Giselle.
I did at the time too, but when I watch this back, it just kind of reminds me that now that we're dealing with Candace and they act like they have no idea what the fuck Candace is talking about, it's
Yep.
cap.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, round it up, Bondy.
this
Yep,
show
round
was
it up.
founded on that. Like, I think when they created Potomac, this is what they wanted to begin with because Sharice was the only dark woman on the show. And I don't know how they got to Sharice for Sharice to recommend her friends, and they chose whoever they wanted. I don't know how they got to her for her to only be the dark skinned one, the only darkest woman on the show, but they wanted this. This is what they wanted.
I think so.
They casted all these light women. They wanted this racial conversation, but they don't want to. They're not in a place to actually have the proper conversations
Right.
either. But that's what y'all
Yeah.
wanted.
Yep.
I think it's hilarious though, like when you really think about it, because Katie was biracial and they are not technically, they felt that they were blacker than her so that they could hold her feet to the carpet about accepting her blackness when essentially nobody has to question what Katie is. Like nobody's questioning Katie's race. You look at Katie looks like a black woman, regardless of the fact that she's biracial. Her mom's black. For a lot of us, you're black. Okay. So her, I think, wanting to accept her own shit comes from people ignoring her other side because she is identifiably black. So I think what you have happening here is two people that are having two types of people that are having an experience with racism. Both of them feeling like they need to prove what people may not see by looking at them. My problem, Robin, Giselle, is that they really did the most to hold Katie accountable for anti-blackness. But when they treat Candace and Wendy like they're on the outskirts, and Candace and Wendy say, you're doing the same thing to us. Even, I mean, and to be honest, Candace and Wendy didn't even say it at first. Candace didn't want to admit that it was colorism. Remember when it happened with her and Monique? Her and Monique both got online and said that they don't think that Giselle and the cast are colorists. And I said, and y'all would be dumb if y'all don't think that.
She even did on Angela Yee this year, said that she didn't believe it was colorist, that she didn't believe that her castmates were colorist. Candace said that this year.
Which is insane to me because Candace, why the fuck do you think they treat you and Wendy the way they treat y'all? Karen has said things about just Robin has gone in on everybody whenever it was time to, okay, except for Giselle, of course. But I'm just saying they've had the issues with Ashley. Ashley still accepted into the fold. They don't even know Mia and they accepted her into the fold. They were okay with Mia putting her hands on Wendy. But when Candace and Monique get into the fight, all of a sudden it's violence and I won't stand for this. It was pump faking back then and it's pump faking now. And that's why I was so gung-ho and feeling like I wanted to defend Monique back then, because I knew that it wasn't about the actual fight. It was about the fact that you was looking for an opportunity to get her off the show because you've been mad since she told you she had 4 houses.
4 houses,
yeah, you've been mad ever since that because you don't have that. And you felt like she was coming into this group and she was supposed to kiss your ring because you had the Mean Girl squad in a sorority. And Monique came into the place like, bitch, I don't need to kiss your ring. I have more money than you. You didn't like that. You didn't like that. So I think she tried to like sun her the entire time. And then when Monique responded with the remember when she brought old boy's ex-wife on the show?
Yeah.
That put it into the hell for Giselle. Giselle then decided that she was going to get Monique off the show come hella high water. And I think she did with Candace And Monique, the same thing she did with Aneka and Wendy. You're going to use one of them to get rid of the other. And to me, if that isn't the greatest example of how racism works in this country, girl, I know something. Okay.
No, and then also how they didn't condone physical violence when Monique was, to prove a point, when Monique turned around to this season when what's that girl, Deborah got ready to put, or Deborah tried to put her hands on Candace. They were like, understandable.
Right.
The goal is always moving.
Always moving. What did y'all think about the way Robin refuses to be honest about the situation with Juan, but then question Candace about Chris's limp penis? Was so shade. And we all saw those. I was like, so you mean to tell me you don't understand that somebody could send a fake dick pic and say that it belongs to somebody, but as long as you can't see the person in the picture, you can't prove that that's their dick, stupid. And
she knew it was fake.
Yeah, she knew it was fake. She probably
intentionally withheld that in order to make Candace look like a clown.
Yep.
Like, what? That was wild.
Me, they proved Candace's point throughout the entire reunion. Anything that Candace said about how they moved the goalposts, about how they treat her, all of that to me was proven throughout the show, even up to the allegations against Chris, because Giselle still said he what did she say? He didn't make me, but she said he wanted me to go to a hotel room, and he knew that's what she said. He knew that my team wasn't in there. She said that on a reunion show. He knew that my room was empty and he asked me to go to my room. Why do you keep saying he knew that nobody was in your room? He did not know that nobody was in your room. You are the one with the key to your room. So you had to go in your room and see that nobody was in there before he did. And you didn't see shit.
But then let's say he did know that nobody was in your room. I feel like the whole point of him pulling you to the side to have a conversation was so y'all can have a one-on-one any damn way. It was for y'all two to talk.
But you
didn't like what the hell he said to your ass, so you made a situation out of it.
And the reason why she was so uncomfortable was because you've been talking about this man's penis for 5 seasons at this point.
She would have fucked him. She don't need him to have money, so she would have fucked him. You know, Giselle is one of them ones that, you know, she low-key look down on women that fuck for money. She thinks she's better than Mia and Ashley. She do, which is crazy to me. So that's why I said she a hoe, because I think, you know, she'll just be out here having sex just to get her rocks off like a nigga, because she's unemotional. That's really why I think she a hoe. And also because, like, around, and you know, I don't care about nobody being a hoe, but I'll call her one just because she works on my nerves and she's judgmental to everybody. So why can't I put that same shit on her? Was there anything else from the reunion besides Juan not being there that you guys?
The fact that nobody recalled Giselle saying that Chris squeezed Deborah's butt. Oh, that was the sexual assault right there. But nobody could bring it up on stage. I'm like, damn, everybody just collectively forgot that the argument was about whether she said made me or asked me to go to the hotel room. And they kept trying to put Candace on the spot to, you know, pull out proof that she indeed did accuse him of sexual assault, but nobody recalled it. And I wish that somebody, if Candace didn't remember, you know, would have brought that up, because she did. It was on camera.
It sure was. When they got in that van.
And she knew she knew it was a lie, because she laughed about it to Ashley when she was on to, I think it was Ashley or Robin, when she got on the bus and was laughing about it.
I think it was Robin, because I think Robin had got upset and walked out and got on the bus, and then Giselle went and got on there and told her what Ashley had said and all of that stuff.
That's exactly what happened. So, y'all, it's so obnoxious to me to allow her to get away with all of this shit. What do y'all think about what did y'all think about Ashley saying that she hold Michael cum in her mouth until he fall asleep?
I thought that was so disgusting.
You remember when Candy said that she was like, you know, basically a maid mattress and a mule and a slave, and you rub your feet and holding cum in your mouth? That sounds like slavery to me.
Oh gosh.
Y'all be mad at Candace for saying shit, and I feel like she be right. You know what I'm saying? It's giving. What did she call her? She called her
a bed wench.
Girl, if that ain't what a bed witch gonna
That's
do,
what she called
some feet and hold some semen in her throat, girl. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Okay, and the last thing, Mia and Gordon. Okay, can I tell y'all the truth? I don't care. Everybody keeps saying Mia
Really?
coming from the number one spot. When I tell y'all I'm so disinterested in Mia's storyline, Mia has lied so much on the show that I am disinterested in anything going on with her because I don't feel like it's real.
That's
That's
fair.
And then when I'm
Mhm.
looking at this situation with Ink and oh boy, I'm sorry y'all, but
Cloudish.
it's cloudish. It seems like, why was he calling her so many times while she was at the reunion show for Gordon to turn around and say, well, maybe he's just worried about you. I was like, what is going on here? Like,
True
I'm
scheme
glad y'all
that
feel
they
that
set
way.
up.
Yes, Jamie.
A
Because
true one.
I found myself getting really excited about it when I was telling the review. I was like, yeah, finally, this is what we've been wanting, honest stories. And then once I said the word honest and then realized I was talking about Mia, I was like, hold up. Like that don't add up. It really is given. Maybe she's not with Ink. Maybe her and G are still together and the financial ruins were true. And this is y'all's tactic to get your money back up. And you're gonna drop this at the very end of the season. So they had to cut the cameras back on, which is gonna give you negotiation power for the next season.
Mhm.
And maybe this is something. Who would bring up their kids' paternity on TV? Who would do that shit besides Mia?
Ooh, Necey, you make so much sense because I'm thinking about how Gordon has been fake, in my opinion, this entire most of this season and last season, acting like everything's good. She's perfect. She's the perfect wife. Remember how he said that at the little event? She's the perfect wife. Like he's been playing up a role. So if you were acting then, knowing that this lady done told you that, oh, this is her what true love or first love or whatever, high school sweetheart, all this other shit, and you just been going with it. No, here's the thing for me. When he sat in front of her, and I think it was on the finale of the episode before, and he said we wouldn't find ourselves in a situation like Ashley and them because we would come up with some type of arrangement. But the whole time, right, that's mutually beneficial. And based on the storyline y'all are feeding to us now, there was already an arrangement in place. So Gordon likes to play in our damn face along with Mia. And I definitely feel like this is what they came up with. And Gordon could potentially be the brains, for this to play out how it needs to for her to continue to secure these bags because her check is the only one that they have right now. And he has to get his allowance.
And I want y'all to understand something about old niggas.
Interesting.
Once the penis doesn't work and the money is gone, they're gonna hold on to whoever they have because they know it's not easy to get somebody else. You can't even fuck a new young girl. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Pay her $5,000 so you can eat a coochie out? You don't even have $5,000 to give. You fuck and you ain't money like that to be spending on. I mean, you gotta hold on to Mia's ass come hook or crook, which is why he took a phone and locked her in the room and all of that. That's because he can't move on like he did with her. I don't feel sorry for Gordon. I know everybody feels like Mia must have, magic coochie, and I'm like, that's not what it is. Niggas are way weaker than y'all know, especially when they don't have other options, right?
And why would G reach out to Eddie? That sounds like a scheme.
He was trying to destroy. And another thing, it felt like they specifically, that's the funny part, because that's why another thing you're right, Necey, set up. Why the fuck y'all call Wendy and Candace, not anybody else? And I think
Karen said he called her too.
Yeah, but that's the other side though. That's people who have issue with Mia.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like it's a setup, because to me it feel like you told the people who you had beef with because you thought they were going to spray it. And when they didn't spray it, because honestly, I feel like that's the reason why Candace and Wendy was like, they didn't call her, because bitch, we knew you was trying to bait us and you wasn't going to bait us.
That's why Candace laughed at her ass. When it was time to ask her that question, she just said, "Ooh, you want to go?" Wendy said, "You go. You got it." Because they saw through the BS to begin with.
Yes. I do believe that. I think it's all cap. Because this is my question. So if he thinks the baby is his, the kid, how you just show up to somebody's house and ask for your kid? What, you was gonna take him and take care of him? You still fucking his mama. That don't even make sense to me for him to show up and try to take the son as if the mama is not in the house with the son and you still fucking the mama. And another thing, if you felt that way, why haven't y'all got a paternity test? Like you said, she told Gordon. Years. Yeah, she told Gordon when it first happened. And to me, any man I know, like, okay, men do one thing. they feign ignorance so that they don't have to deal with something. I know a nigga right now that need a fucking paternity test, and he acting like he ain't get it and he don't want get it. And I'm like, well, never mind. We're not gonna put that out on Front Street. But either way, he needed to get a paternity test, and he didn't want to get the paternity test. He don't want to get the paternity test. He does not want to believe that the girl cheating on him. So he would rather raise the baby and have another child and have all this extra on himself than go get a paternity test, because he don't want nobody to know that he was out here fucking with a broad that cheated on him and had a baby with another nigga on him. And now you over here raising it, calling it yours, taking care of it, going to the hospital and shit. So niggas will care more about their ego when it comes to like raising these kids and all of that. So I can believe that Gordon never wanted it, but why the fuck Ink never wanted it if you care so much to show up to the house banging on the door talking about where my son at? Yeah, that's all giving cap and arrangement that y'all set up to come to us with the bullshit because y'all want to remain on this show. And I'm gonna just tell you, Mia, you are not strong enough to be the front runner of this show. And honestly, Giselle is not strong enough to be the front runner of this show. But whoever's in charge must like her so much that they want her in that spot, because she hasn't been given anything. If this was any other housewife franchise, she would never be in that first seat, and she would have been fired maybe, I want to say, season 6. Because she hasn't really given anything since season 6.
Yeah, I can see that.
I do want to also highlight the fact that a lot of us felt like Candace's poster board, her prop, did not land. And although I did not enjoy it, to be honest, it actually did do something. It exposed the fact that
I fell off.
It exposed the fact that Robin be in these chats with these other bloggers. Y'all sat up there and tried to comfort Candace for the things that she says out loud on Twitter. And then because y'all don't tweet, you want to make it seem like, oh, we don't be on the same stuff that she's on. We don't do that type of stuff. But you're over there in a group chat with other folks talking cash money or whatever about your castmates, and you're using other people to do your dirty work. I feel like you ain't no better. Y'all ain't no better than Candace.
Another thing is, you mad at your fucking friend. You mad at Giselle. And we can't even see the interaction on the show. What type of show do we have where y'all mad at each other and y'all hiding it to the point that y'all pretend? Because Robin lied on stage. Robin said when Candace brought out the poster boards, she said that never happened. And then turned around and said they talked about it. Bitch, which one is it? Did you talk to the bloggers or not? Did you talk to Giselle?
They didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it. But Giselle's response of, I already knew she felt that way. That was a lie. That was you coming in to help your friend because y'all have a pact.
Yes, absolutely, 1000%. This is gonna be an interesting season next season, y'all.
Do y'all think she got fired? I want to ask y'all that.
Robin, absolutely.
I think she got fired.
I am on reserve about her actually being fired, only because of an interview that Ashley Darby did with this news station, saying that she was surprised to hear that Candace left because they don't know anything. They haven't even gotten their contracts yet to hear anything. And they asked her about Rob, and she said it's the same thing. Like, I'm surprised if that is the case because none of us have heard anything about whether we're staying or going.
Well, didn't people come out with the Robin story?
No, just the Jasmine
brand. People.
But usually Jasmine is not wrong. We haven't seen. That's what I said, because somebody said they don't believe it because of Jasmine's friends with Wendy and Candace. But I'm like, but Jasmine doesn't really post lies.
Well, I will say this. I will say for myself, okay. I enjoy Jasmine Brand. However, when they put that statement out saying that Escape and SWV was returning for a TV show, that was not true.
No, that wasn't.
In addition, another thing they did was the Ray J selling the company back or whatever to Raycon Global, and he got $75 million back or whatever. Do y'all know that's a lot of money? And if that really was happening, some other financial business insider or somebody would have picked that up and reported on that, and not just them. I felt like Ray J fed that story to them to come to us.
Ray J did sell though, didn't he? Because I feel like he sold and used the money for the new network that he started.
That's what he say, and see, that's what I was questioning more so the amount. Was it really 75 million?
Oh, yeah, the amount might have been high.
Yeah, that's what I think he was finessing that for sure. Okay. But I I think, yeah, I can't say that they 100% accurate. I don't
Okay.
know.
I
I'll have
think
to wait
she
and see.
fired.
No, Jasmine Brand has been slipping lately. That's why I said they used to be one of the ones that I would go to primarily.
Yes,
Um,
they definitely used to be my number
but
one.
this,
I don't
y'all,
follow
I'm
Jay,
telling
I'm gonna
y'all,
start following him.
he might have sold Raycon for 75 million because y'all, it's a technology company, and believe it or not, it's
Well,
very
it was
successful.
never his company. And see, that's what I thought too, till I watched him on Breakfast Club. It was never his company. He kind of came in as like the face of it. And it only made sense because he's Ray J, right? So what he did was, I don't know if he had some shares or whatever his involvement was. He kind of gave it back to them because they were going into a different direction than what he was going in or what he was trying to do. So I definitely believe they broke him off some bread. I was just questioning the 75 million.
Got
Mhm.
you, got you. And he had shares. I
I was
wouldn't
shocked. I
be.
said, "Damn, I thought that was his company this whole time.
No,
I
for
thought Raycon
real.
was
Remember
his."
Scooty
And it's not.
Bites? I know
Mhm.
that's the reason why I call her Prinky to this day. Y'all, they was on Tasha K. So who is Prink? Bitch, can you deduce who I'm talking about here? We looking at a picture of two people. Her name is Princess, and I'm calling her Prink. That don't sound familiar to you, slow bus bitches. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yes. They remember they was outside. He was, I got a surprise for you, Prink. And take her to the billboard for the Scooty bikes. Like, what the fuck that got to do with Prinky? Prinky got in the car and he was standing there with the Scooty bike. Prink. Yo, I'm sorry. That shit live rent free in my mind. So she's been Prink ever since.
That's true. Hey,
Because
Prinky.
he called her out there like he was doing something for her, and it was really about him.
I
Like,
remember
they're getting a divorce. I hope because she put out another statement, I think either yesterday or today. But I'm gonna just say, Prink, I really hope you standing strong and you standing on business and you divorce him. Take half of the assets and go be happy and live your life freely. I know you feel like you need to stay with him. You can even go back and fuck him if you want to, but don't be married to him no more. Go get you a separate house. Go get your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Go, you making your money like a nice little Asian lady down to the poker tables and shit. Go ahead and live your life, girl. Because Ray J is for the streets until he have a heart attack. Like,
I do want to say this real quick about Raycon because I had to look this up. And I could have misunderstood Ray J in the interview because how he made it seem with Raycon Global, like it as if it wasn't his company. But he and his dad, from my understanding, founded that company. So his dad must have bought him out of that. And that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, his dad could have. Yeah, let me make sure.
I mean, that's still his money. That to me, that sounds like a way for Prinky not to get.
Let me see.
That sounds like a way for Princess not to get half.
No. Hold on. Okay. No. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me make sure.
Ooh.
That's giving hiding assets.
No, let me make sure because there's a different guy coming up.
I'm sure there's a white guy. I'm sure there's always a white guy. Even Diddy has a white guy. There's always a white guy. Maybe Jewish.
There's a no. Okay. There's a Ray Lee. That whoever that Ray Lee is, that's not his dad, but that's whoever this Ray Lee person is, that's who he, I guess, founded it with. And that person had to end up, I guess, buying him out. Yeah. Because they were going in a different direction than what Ray J wanted to go in. But I'm trying to find out who the hell is Ray Lee. Because the images
is that another name for Willie?
That's what I'm saying.
Because Ray J is a junior.
He is Willie Ray Norwood, the senior and the junior.
Right. But the first and last name is given Ray Lee. So I don't know. Oh, it's given Asian. I thought so. I was just according to the LinkedIn profile, it's giving that this is an Asian guy. Yeah.
That's not about
Ray J and Ray Lee.
He probably had the capital. That's another thing. Ray J had money. He's always had money because Brandy and them family has always seemingly been smart about their shit. So, and y'all, I don't know if y'all pay attention to Hollywood stories, but any Hollywood maybe like 93. Ray J's always.
You said pay attention to Hollywood what?
Stories. Like stories about bad boys, stories about record labels, stories about artists. Ray J is always around somewhere. Yes, Ray J's real name is what is it? Willie Ray Norwood?
Yeah, I think it's Raymond, right? Willie Raymond Norwood, something like that.
Yeah, Willie Raymond Norwood. But I've noticed for a long time, and so this is and we're gonna do this Real Housewives of Potomac thing. But while we talking about Ray J, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, y'all know Diddy's going down. We're gonna talk about Diddy at the end of the show, but it also feels to me like Ray J might be low key the replacement in some manner as the
Replacement for
party
who?
for Diddy, as the entertainment, party guy. I'm throwing the parties. I got the girls, I got the drugs, whatever you need. Y'all could come through and enjoy a party. The only reason why I feel like that is because him taking over, like him having his beef with Zeus Network and starting his own network and taking people from MTV and VH1 and being as smart as he is given Ray J is only going to get more notoriety as far as business and entertainment. His personal life is going to go down to the shitter, which means he's going to end up being a single, I fuck all of these women like Diddy type dude. And I don't know, it was something about him taking Sukihana shopping, buying Safari, the new car. It was something about all of that that just kind of made me feel like there's always another one. So as much as everybody thinks, oh, we're getting rid of Big Bad with Diddy, those of us that see Diddy as a big bad, because a lot of y'all don't see Diddy as a big bad. I don't know why, like where have y'all been for the past 30 years? But, I kind of see as a big bad. He's a guy that's going to take advantage and do whatever, make sure he's on top, but in a narcissistic, fucked up way. And something about Ray J makes me feel like he might be vying for that role in the circle. He's a little on the outskirts, but not really. If you pay attention, he was there with Puff. A lot, all of them niggas, he was there during a lot of those times. And let's not forget, show up with the book bag with Whitney, show up with the book bag with Wendy. Like,
and that's what the Whitney and Wendy connections, which I know what the connections were, but it was just odd.
It's just giving me, y'all keep y'all eye on Jay, because if he don't have the woman and the family to give him something to pretend to be good for, it's gonna go down the Diddy path. Okay. And another thing, Ray J Ray J is gang. That's another thing everybody forgets about. He's gang. Like he's involved, he's affiliated with what? Which one? Either Bloods or the Crips, but he's affiliated with one of those.
Oh my, Ray! I would have never thought any of this.
Oh yeah, no, he says it too. I think he'll be like Blood or gang, whatever the fuck he'll say. I think it's Blood, because of Snoop, right? And they're cousins. But yeah, Bloods. Everybody in the comments saying Bloods, yeah. So I just be paying attention to like what really be going on, and I don't know if y'all noticed with Diddy. Everybody thinks that Diddy is like shiny, funny, party guy, charismatic, might get a little out of hand. But no, actually, Diddy is really like a thug. Like if anybody pays attention to how nigga done rolled up on people and always gang, I think he took the Russell Simmons thing with the brother love, right? I know I got a lot of shit going on. I need to make sure my image is clean. So I'm gonna give y'all yoga, brother love, let's spread love. But secretly, I'm out here doing the most. Snoop is a Crip. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't keep up with the gang affiliations. All I know is him and Ray J are cousins, and Ray J claims gang. That's the two things I know.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I mean, and y'all know back in the day, both Crips and Bloods came from the same organization, Black Panthers, and then eventually branched out. Like, don't play on my top too much, okay? But anyway, I'm just saying, that's me speculating, because y'all know how y'all like to say I don't be known, I be lying and all of that, and then like a year later, everybody be like Bondy was right. So
I do think there's a replacement somewhere in the mix. I've been watching the clips from that psychic Sloan. And she was explaining how Diddy is basically a pawn. Like there's people bigger than him, and he can't speak for whatever reason because he's protecting people bigger than him. Like he's just a chess piece, basically. I believe it.
Everybody's a chess piece at the end of the day, because the entertainment industry is meant to distract. At its core of organization in this country, it is to distract from what's really important. If we got you niggas dancing and you know doing all this in the videos and paying attention, we can continue to take advantage of you in the real world while we're entertaining you. That's something that they've, you know, understood since the jazz days, since they stopped investigating artists just for doing music and black power shit, you know, like that's what they used to do. And all them to investigate all of the jazz artists back in the day, because the jazz artists actually influential in that power movement. It was of secrecy, but they were involved. So, like for instance, not even just the jazz artists, Aretha Franklin. Aretha Franklin was involved. So, like, I can remember back in the day, you know, my people would tell stories whenever they would have something going on. Everybody would meet up at Dookie Chase down here in New Orleans. Aretha would be there. It was a place, Martin Luther King, you know, New Orleans was a place that they would all kind of meet and converge. And it was like the entertainers and the politicians, people involved in church, which your politicians and your church people are usually the same people. But those connections have always kind of been important to entertainment and society. So I think at some point, you know, the federal hood figure it out and they infiltrate. So now instead of them investigating artists, now they, I think, kind of put people in place to put these artists in certain situations so that you can get them hemmed up and have them on something so that you can use them for whatever you want to use them for.
Right.
The thing with Diddy, though, is I feel like Diddy's a fucked up individual all by himself. So I want people to stop acting like he's being taken advantage of, because he's not. Diddy has been involved. And I wish people would read what Diddy's actually being accused of. We're going to wait on it, y'all. But let's just, because, you know, we already an hour in. We don't want to keep the mama till for too long. So we had Nicki Minaj and the rest of the girls from Real Housewives of Potomac, Nneka, Sharice, Giselle, Robin, Ashley. I don't know who this other person is in the background, but yeah.
Okay, guys, first of all,
I think that might be Ashley's friend with the blonde hair. They had pulled, that had jumped in at the
happy. I just want to say thank you to the Real Housewives of Potomac for coming to Gag City, JC.
Yes, it was amazing.
This show was
So Nicki Minaj actually canceled her show in New Orleans and everybody was upset, and she was saying she got sick and had the flu. I don't believe that. I believe she didn't sell as many tickets, so she canceled the show, just like Burna Boy did. People don't have no money like that. It's not shade to the artist, but people don't have money like that during this time. And usually when people are paying for concert tickets and all of that, that's like we have extra money. Let's go to the concert.
And Nneka left her edges at the season finale because I ain't know who she was.
Girl, Nneka look a mess.
Hilarious. She looks so out of fucking place.
Real fast. You gave me some information about like my fertility journey, and I appreciate you.
And we are wishing your womb.
Yes.
That's right. So y'all now. Oh, see, but then we hold.
Okay, yeah, I'm good because I feel like y'all could have put this on a tripod. I'm so annoyed by that whole situation. Why is Nikki holding her own phone? Just so many questions. Anyway, y'all. What you say?
I said, why is the filter so thick?
Because nobody wants to look their actual old ass age.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna have a quick little and then we're gonna come back for a few topics. Okay. All right. Lania had something to say, and we have opinions, so let's take a listen.
For cheating, I could deal with that.
You can?
I might, yeah, because see, look, if I'm here in Georgia and you went to San Francisco for the I'm saying any city. I'm saying if he went to New York for the weekend.
Okay, go ahead.
What you don't know
won't hurt you.
It won't hurt you. However, if you're going to cheat, you need to do it with respect. Now you do need. I don't like people who are not respectful. So these are the ones that aren't respectful. They're talking to the side piece and lying to them. First of all, you already lied to whoever this is on the side. So if you're gonna be respectful, you tell that person, you give me 50 feet on my woman. Right? Don't ever approach me when you see me with my woman.
So that's the rule.
Number one, you can never approach. I couldn't imagine somebody approaching me. It would just be like, what?
Who are you?
What is happening?
Who sent you to me?
What are you doing right now?
Yes.
So yeah, I do agree that there have to be respectful cheating. Is that what you call it?
It's called respectful cheating. It's when your side piece doesn't call my phone saying, put my man on the phone, B. And it's like, well, dang, girl.
Or posting on your social media.
Yeah, or when the side piece posts the arm of the man with his tattoos so you could see the year he was born and the year of his daughter. So that you can identify that, yeah, girl, this is my man too. That's disrespectful cheating. Keep your side pieces in check.
Somebody.
Well, if you
I saw it, Jamie.
Side piece.
Somebody put in the comments, what's that shade?
Wait, tell me what y'all think. What y'all think happened? I paused it because I want to know what y'all think.
Somebody put in the comments, what's that shade to Melody? When he started talking about the arm situation, because he was giving hella specific. When Mel put that arm, the dude didn't have no tats on him though. But she when they was driving or something like that, this was like last year, I think.
Yeah, I remember
the arm in the photo.
They want to play.
Oh,
they went on
that. Yeah, when she went on that trip.
Mm-hmm.
The comment I was looking at was so was she respectfully cheating on Greg in his last days and times? Just because I remember when she was on Atlanta and they accused her of being in, was it French Montana? They accused her of being in some rapper's DMs or something, that she was cheating. And then in the comments of this video, Nene turned around and was like, I don't condone cheating. To me, I feel like when Nene said, if you in two different cities, what you don't know won't hurt you. I also feel like what's done in the dark comes to light one way or another. So I'm not of the belief that like, if you in a different city, it don't matter. It's just, the conversation is kind of tired. It's kind of given like, Carlos, this conversation was a hit during Love and Marriage Huntsville season 2, when the show like really took off. In this good 2024, we didn't have 50,000 conversations about respectful cheating or not. And I feel like with this generation of people, it ain't no respectful cheating. It's just open relationships. Why the fuck are we talking about this?
Correct. Nene talking about.
Before you go, Jamie, let me let them finish and then go ahead.
Okay. I mean, has he ever had a side piece?
My man?
Yeah.
Although he's African, he has.
You are the side piece, Carlos. I'm sorry.
Never had a side piece.
Now, respectful cheating.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nene talking about respectful cheating, but I'm wondering, and she said somebody don't lie to the side chick. So it just made me wonder, what was her reaction, and did she choose to fall back, or what was going on when that lady served you for messing with the man? Messing with her man and stuff. Like, did he notify you and let you know that he was still married at the time? I was wondering that.
Messing with you.
I also feel like Nene, after being married to Greg so long, I think she knows she'll more than likely never experience that type of love again.
Right.
So because of that, I also think Nene just gonna be dating around, and if she happens to date your man, then I think she's saying that to make herself feel okay with doing that. Because, it ain't a lot of decent men out here, and some of them might be taken. And for what she wants in a man, she might be okay with dating somebody else's.
Yeah.
I can see that for her. I can.
First of all, it's not just her, y'all. It's women to a certain age.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about shit. Let me not talk about nobody I know.
Okay, listen. Let me put myself on.
Embarrassing. Well, that's what's going on with Nene. I mean,
okay, so let me say this. Personally, my opinion. I feel like the people in the marriage define the marriage. For people, they say that the marriage bed cannot be defiled. So I personally think it's the agreement of the people within the relationship. But that's always catchy because outside people are messy as fuck. People that ain't got nothing to do with the situation, messy as fuck. So I just think that at this point in Nene's life, already buried a husband. If she's smart, she don't want another one. And usually, here's the thing: any woman that's been with a man for a number of years and he cheating on you, he got a side chick, girl, you already know. You only there because there ain't nowhere else to go. You let him have his time. As long as ain't nobody, Barbara, this is Shirley in you, you don't give a fuck. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's most women. It's to me personally, it's really more so a young woman's game to be out here, because I'm not, and because once you get 50, 60, them women do not give a fuck, because essentially we've been here, we've done this. I'm either gonna be here or I'm not gonna be here. And if I'm here and you doing that shit, I already know who you are and I don't care. But if otherwise, I'm gonna leave and be on my own. So women like Nene, they know that if they get a nice man they like to spend some time with and he got a wife, the wife probably tired of that nigga anyway. Like, so a lot of times it don't even matter. But I also feel like he'll be on bullshit. Like when Carlos talking, I'm like, Carlos, are you some straight nigga side nigga? Are you some straight nigga side nigga? And I don't give a fuck as long as y'all not, as long as everybody, doing what they supposed to be doing around here. Because I feel like a lot of them women be knowing they beards. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all know that y'all are beards, and the position of being a victim and a man hurting you is a nice place to be in. So that's why I just, at my big age, I feel even calling it cheating is annoying to me. Calling it respectful cheating is annoying to me. Just say that you in an open situation versus calling it cheating, because it's not if everybody knows what's going on. That's not a cheat.
The comment from really is me though. That's my thoughts. Infidelity has led to deaths. I'm straight. That's what I be thinking about. Like literally every single movie or documentary you watch, whenever some shit be going down, and always something that leads to that. So it's like, just have the discussions. Go ahead.
Did y'all see that TikTok where the guy was like, he was coming out the closet and she was like, what you finna do? He said, oh, I'm finna go over here to my side chick house and make sure she's straight and this, that, and the other. And she was like, oh, okay, well, I'll see you when you get home. And when you get home, I'm gonna be going through your phone and we're gonna argue. I'm gonna cry. We're gonna fuck and we're gonna be all good all over again. He said, okay, well, let me go ahead and go out the house and have my cake and eat it too. She was like, all right, then just make sure you get on back because I need these bills paid. And it was like a caption saying, if people would just be honest in relationships, this is what it would look like. I was like, oh, whoa, okay.
No, for real. Because honestly, I low-key get aggravated with people that whenever somebody says they're in an open situation or, they're not worrying about certain things, everybody, I can't. And that be the main one getting cheated on. You sharing dick anyway, sis. You sharing dick anyway. You just want to be a victim in it. And that's what I think is the thing. That's what I think is the catch that people don't pay attention to. There is a cycle of he hurt me. Now he has to make it up to me. And now to be like this while he makes it up to me. There's a part of that women enjoy. Like I think there's a part of punishing him and getting the affection and the attention that he gives to you when he's trying to make up for hurting you that you really, really enjoy. So you're kind of feeling like, I'm gonna say I'm not okay with it because I want to fight, but essentially your nigga gonna cheat on you. That's who he is and that's what he gonna do, staying anyway. But you'll judge a woman that says, oh, I'd rather just be in an open relationship. I don't want to fight. I don't want to do all of this. Go do your thing. I'm cool. I'm gonna do my thing. You'll judge that situation. Meanwhile, this nigga, got a whole side chick he fucking without a condom, and you don't give a fuck as long as no baby goes up in real life. So that's why I just kind of be like, people can say whatever the fuck they want to say, but what I do know is when you get to a certain age range, all that shit be going out the window. Like I'm just telling
very
you,
common.
All that pump faking y'all do. When these hoes turn 60, nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's like, we about to die anyway. I
was about to say around that age. I was about to say about 60.
Good time, not a long time. I did my work. I didn't put my work in. I'm good. I'm just gonna have a good time until the Lord called me home. That's how most people really be feeling. So when Nene is saying this shit about respectful cheating, I just want y'all to change the language and also please stop looking for at Nene's age. Like stop looking tied down. Try to figure out a way to enjoy having people in it coming in and out without you feeling a way about it. Because that Nigerian that she fucking with in and out, no matter what she talking about, he's in and out, and he's still married.
Definitely in and out.
So just have a good time and stop calling it respectful cheating. Because at the end of the day, it's not cheating when his wife know about you, you know about his wife, and y'all still fucking. It's no longer cheating. Y'all in a throuple. Get over it. Y'all just be getting caught off labels. I want y'all to stop getting caught off on these labels. Speaking of couples, y'all, I hate to tell y'all we got to talk about Bam and Scrap again, but we got to talk about Bam and Scrap again, y'all. So according to Radar Online, I have a graphic. I'm being lazy. Hold up, y'all. Let me pull up the graphic. I ain't do my girls like this. I actually did work today, y'all. I did make graphics, stuff like that.
This view is cute though. I like it.
Okay, thank you. As long as it's not messing up. Okay. According to a new report from Radar Online, Bambi Benson isn't here for her ex-husband Scrappy, allowing his new boo thing to post pictures of their 3 minor children online. Scrappy and Bambi married in 2017, on 22 of November. Bambi filed for divorce, stating their union was irretrievably broken, and we saw it, so we know it was. Reportedly, I hate when they do the Chocolate City actress. Bitch, just say Bambi is taking her ex-husband back to court over claims he broke their divorce settlement. Now, at first, y'all, I was feeling like, Bam, you know this nigga gonna be with a bitch and he gonna have the bitch trying to raise y'all kids because he don't want to be fully responsible for him when it's his week. So some girl is gonna feel like she's a stepmama to your kids, and she gonna post your kids to prove she a good stepmama and all of that shit. But if that's a part of y'all divorce settlement that you don't do that and he's doing it anyway, then I do understand her taking him to court, and she's asking for an increase in child support.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. And however, per the court documents, Bambi has accused Scrappy, named Daryl Richardson III, of violating the stipulation. Her recent filing is, since the final judgment and decree, respondent has allowed a significant to post the minor children on her social media page. Respondent was able to do what this court ordered. Respondent's refusal to do so is willful. Bambi wants Scrappy to be found in contempt for allegedly going against what they signed off on. And y'all, that's so upsetting because they just was together for Easter and a little bit before that. And I want them to co-parent and take care of their kids in a healthy manner. I really, really do. Y'all know I like Bam, okay? And at first I wasn't on Bam's side with this because I feel the same way about Tiana. Y'all know these niggas are gonna go and find other women. Why are y'all wasting y'all time getting mad about them being around your kids? As long as they're not hurting your kids, then just talk to your kids, get them therapy. It's gonna hurt, but they're gonna be with another woman eventually anyway. So if it's happening sooner than you would like, just, understand that it's something you got to rip the Band-Aid off of, and you just need to handle the situation on your end as good as you can. But trying to keep these niggas from bringing other women around your kids seems almost improbable because they want to pretend like they're good dads. And in order for them to be a good dad, they need a woman there to help them. That's not all men, but
that's exactly why I would do that if I was Bambi. It was some influencer I was following. She got a divorce and she went away for a long time. She came back and I went to her ex-husband's page. He had met a girl. They had been together for 2 seconds. The girl was posting their daughter all over her Instagram. I didn't like that. And I know that Tia Mowry and Corey, they have an agreement where they can't even introduce their kids to somebody else until they've been with the other person for 6 months. And I feel like that's responsible, especially when you're dealing with somebody like Scrappy who be out in the media with different women every 2 seconds. That's almost a way to try to control who your kids are meeting. If you know that some of his efforts are just to appear a certain way or look good on social media, he gonna cut all that shit out if he know that he can't post or she can't post. So I'm in agreement with I was about to say Bambi Bambi doing whatever she need to do, especially if it's something they agreed to. Pay up.
Yeah, I agree 1000%. It's one thing for them to be around the person you're dating. It's another for that bitch to post my child.
Right.
Okay. And chances are, I feel like Bambi don't even know her like that. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like introduction should happen with the mother and father of your kids to the person that you're dating before you just let them people around on folks' kids like that. Like, I don't necessarily agree with that. And I damn sure won't want her. Now, who is the girl? Who is the new girl he dated? Is it not Erica Dixon?
See, I think somebody was saying it was Erica, and it was E Money's birthday party, and Erica might have been posting the kids at E Money's birthday party. But you know what,
I
though?
can see that because when she was at his house that time, and I think Bambi kids was up there with her while he was downstairs with some of the other kids. I think at least two of her kids was up there, and then maybe Monty and another. Oh no, because her kids were there too, because she got two kids. So Scrap was downstairs with some kids, and Erica was upstairs with some other kids, which I do believe were Bambi kids. And she went live, I do feel, on purpose to let her know I'm around your kids.
Yeah,
shit.
look at this.
I don't think that's right to post. I think that is I think that's disrespectful. That ain't your child. As much as you want to talk about the safety of your daughter and going off about this and that, I don't think that you should, to spite they mama. Like, I don't think that's cool.
To me, honestly, I wish, and I hate to say this, but I wish Bambi could like just take her kids and move to another fucking planet, away from Scrappy, his mama, Erica Dixon, and any other bitch that he decides to get wrapped up defending him, fighting his battle for him. Because essentially, they are going to traumatize those children in one way or another, and you don't be no different. From the way Mama D handles the situation to like Erica don't like Bambi, and I don't care what nobody say. I feel like Bambi tried her hard, never let what happened between her and Erica, curtail how she treated E-Money, because she treated E-Money very well until E-Money said her mama abused her, be called the police and all that, and it becomes Bambi's fault. But essentially, you were Bambi, and Bambi was doing a good stepmother. Fast forward to now, Erica is such a vindictive, to me, malignant personality that I can't see her slick shit to those kids about their mom. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know your mom ain't gonna do this, so let me make sure those little type of comments and shit like that. Because Mama D is already dragging Bambi on the internet, like the grandkids not gonna see it. Like, these people, I just kind of feel like when people are too hood, it's okay to be like they too hood for me, instead of feeling like I'm hood too. I'm not gonna, judge my people. Cause I feel like a lot of times when people like Bambi get with people like Scrappy, it's like you love a dude, you feel like his child is not his fault, and maybe you can love him past his pain, like a fucking Tyler Perry movie. And you feel like, hood people, it's not always their fault. You have all of this empathy until you see how they go to the ends of the earth to destroy you, simply because they ain't got shit else to do. Because to me, y'all, Mama D takes it to the level where I just kind of feel like I don't want Deborah around my kids in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
okay?
that hunting video. No, man.
Bro, what the fuck was that? Like, how you threatening them? Hold up, y'all. Hold up, because I got the I'm trying to pull it up. Hold up.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
She tweeted. Here we go. Or she posted, whatever. Mama D said, if she not careful, I'm going to post a video that will make the world turn on her. I have the video, Bambi. I'm not playing with you, girl. Shut it down, and shut it down quick. Furthermore, she's not even supposed to be discussing him. So she messed up already herself. So I don't know what part of the game, but that divorce decree does not stay that she just keep lying and y'all keep listening. I thought the world was a lot smarter than that. I myself have the court transcripts and I will release them. Now, Mama D, let me tell you something. You have said anything you can say about Bambi, including declining to believe her education level, all of this shit. You said that she's lied about things. I don't believe for a second that if you had actual evidence on her, you wouldn't have already posted it. So I don't believe anything you're saying. I think you're threatening her as a last, ditch attempt at protecting your stupid ass, grown ass fucking son. But post it or shut the fuck up, because I don't believe nothing you talking about. Y'all always talking about how y'all don't hear the stuff that Bambi. To me, it all sounds like y'all are mad at Bambi because Bambi chose herself. Scrappy is mad at Bambi because she left. When all the things I heard him say, do you know what I heard him say the most? So you gonna leave me just because of that? just because I'm texting Diamond, just because I'm meeting up with Diamond in hotel rooms, you gonna leave me just because of that? That's what I heard him say. I haven't heard him say she cheated. I haven't heard him say that she neglected him. None of that shit. But anything she says about him, he'll just flip it and say she did it first, except fucking cheating and texting niggas. Okay? Because he's not as crazy as Martell. He's crazy. He's a crazy Capricorn, but he's not as crazy as Martell. Martell is a special case. I feel like that's when, special ed meets traumatic childhood. Scrappy is not special ed. He's just traumatic childhood. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what do y'all think about Mama D in the way she involves herself?
I think it's sad. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why she can't be the grandparent that stays out of her child's affairs. Like, it has nothing to do with you. It's crazy. Because I thought she was just doing this shit for show originally when she came on the TV show. I thought she was just, it was a character. But like, no, she really embodies that. And it's been weird for a very long time. Like, you making a whole song and a video. Like, it's just
emotional incest.
Please stop.
Like, and you know what? I think it's another case of emotional incest, Necey. Like, not the type where you want your son, but the type where you want to be your son. Because if you ask me, the video that plays in my mind is that second season, maybe first or second episode, where she goes to pick up Shay. Like, hey, get your fine ass in the car. Let's take a ride. Like, why are you picking up your son's slide like you about to fuck her? It's very, very weird the way
she was a pimp. I think
yeah, that's what
her pimp girls.
I think so too. I think she handles all of his girlfriends like they're hoes in a stable. And if they get out of line, then she has to bully
Not Bambi being one that escaped, child.
Girl, yeah.
Showing
Bambi
out.
is a horse that escaped into freedom. Okay. Ran off the freedom. Ran off the freedom, bitch. Okay. But it's funny to me that you be trying to call her a horse. At the end of the day, Bambi is a beautiful girl that gave your bum ass son 3 gorgeous children.
They are too cute. Yeah, she's
adorable. Okay. Gave him 3 healthy, beautiful children and takes very well care of them. And all she did was say, "You cheated on me and I'm done." That's it. He don't pay the bill. He is a bum. I hate to say he's a bum.
Bambi, this what you do, girl. You pull out this Sierra and you play I Bet. And while you over there playing that Sierra, I bet yo Russell is probably gonna be getting his stuff together so that y'all can meet up at some point. But I tell you, after Sierra had that damn I Bet You Start Loving Me, girl, I feel like a year later she ended up meeting that goddamn Russell, and it's been up ever since.
Listen, I'm telling you, ain't nothing that upset a motherfucker that did you wrong than you being with somebody that does you right. When I tell you,
you and your kids, right?
Okay, you and your kid. Future is sick, baby.
Future is everything. Do you hear me? Nigga said, I'm gonna raise your son like he mine, nigga. Hilarious. Okay, so okay, I know we're here. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 more. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do these people, and then we're gonna do Diddy. Because we've already which y'all want? Chance the Rapper, Tiana Taylor, and Iman or Drake Bell. Which one y'all want? That's y'all choice.
I definitely want to talk about Drake Bell.
Let's talk about Drake Bell then. Okay. Because we didn't get a chance to talk about Quiet on Set, but we've all watched Quiet on Set. Y'all know that's a documentary on Max and on the ID channel about Nickelodeon and all of the atrocities that happened there. So basically, take advantage of children, ignore child labor laws. Brian
Peck still up.
I know I'm about to get him.
Okay.
Brian Peck are consistently for years. Drake Bell here, who was on Nickelodeon's Drake and
Josh.
Drake and Josh, child. But I'm sorry for getting a few because it was after my era of Nickelodeon. And also
this was my era.
Brian Peck then went to Cody on Disney. So Brian Peck basically was arrested and charged for R-ing Drake Bell. He only did 16 months in jail, and then he was rehired his friends in Hollywood on Cody on Disney.
Cody and Zach.
Cody and
Sweet
Zach.
Life of Zach and
Sweet
Cody.
Life, Life of Cody and Zach. Thank you. I just remember they looked alike. Was those the two twins from that Sandler movie back in the day?
Big Daddy. Yes.
I ate my own ass. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. That line sticks in my head forever. But that's how I remember who they are. But because that was after me. But yes, I was the first season, like the first round of All That. That's my era. Okay, so I was in there for the All That, Nick at Night, Keenan and Kel, Amanda Show, Dan Schneider. I was a part of that era very, very deeply. And when Nickelodeon was a channel. We didn't even watch Disney Channel back then. Like Disney Channel was like in the morning Mickey Mouse episodes. Besides that, you was on Nickelodeon, bitch. And you was on Snick on Saturday nights. And you was on Nick at Night, bitch. You was watching Mary Tyler Moore. You was watching I Love Lucy. You was watching the Dick Van Dyke Show. All of that shit, right? Nickelodeon was 31 in New Orleans. And bitch, I was on there all the time. Do you hear me? So I'm one of these kids that grew up watching this. And to find out, before we get into Drake Bell, to find out how much sexual innuendo was happening with the slime and the cum shots and the pickles. Y'all, I love pickles. I don't know if y'all understand. As a kid, it was like literally like one of my favorite snacks. Me and my cousin loved us some goddamn pickles. It was a thing to find the small sour pickles because you know they wasn't easy to find. You could find dill and all and kosher, but you couldn't find pickles as easily, right? So you could shoot a big ass thing of sour pickles and dip that shit in Tony Saturated or put that in some goddamn mama noodles, girl, all kind of hood hookups for the pickles. Not even realizing that Brian Peck is bringing all of these pickles to the stage because he's trying to create sexual innuendo with a whole bunch of dick. The shit that happened with Amanda, the shit that happened with Ariana Grande. And to me, Ariana Grande hasn't said anything, but as far as I'm concerned, Dan Schneider did something to Ariana Grande and Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes hasn't said anything. She's kind of ignoring what's going on.
Jamie Lynn Spears ain't said nothing either from Zoe 101.
And it's given the same. I feel it's just, to me, it's giving y'all my theory. Nobody said this, but this is my theory. That Dan Schneider, Brian Peck, there are groups of grapists in the industry. Some like children, some like boys, children, girl children. Then some people like just doing it to adults. You know what I'm saying? Young adults, 19 on to 20, you like controlling, young people. That should, I'm sorry, allegedly that's your Diddy's. But Dan Schneider is, I like women, I like the little girls. So I like your Amanda Bynes. I like those girls. Ariana Grande. Brian Peck is, I like the boys. I like Drake. I like, possibly Cody. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it's given there is a network, right? And the people that are on television, some of these people are making content for the people that are in these separate groups. Because when I watched the Quiet on the Set documentary, what I felt the most from watching it was that they were creating content for the pedophiles that are watching the show. The kid, the black kid who had the dogs lick off the peanut butter off
the nose boy.
Yeah, the nose with the dicks on his arms and on his face. Then Amanda Seales. I mean, not Amanda. Child, I keep saying Amanda Seales because she was a part of Nickelodeon too back in the day, but not her. And not even Amanda Bynes. Ariana Grande, when he was recording her on the bed and her pouring shit on herself. That's the moment.
The webcam.
Yes. The webcam stuff is when I realized that all of the other stuff is for these niggas' benefit. Yeah, we laughing because we think it's funny for somebody to have green slime all over them, not realizing that a whole bunch of nasty ass old men are watching Nickelodeon so that they can watch kids have cum shots on. That's what I think.
Yeah, and throwing water all over themselves as they're leaning over the other side of the damn bed, like she's being squirted on or something. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it was cringe-worthy. I know the next episode dropped tomorrow. I can't wait to see who's gonna get exposed next. Like, this shit is trash.
Tomorrow, is that the extra episode that we were talking about, or is that last?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say I hadn't watched the extra one yet. What I wanted to know about the whole thing was Okay, well, let me give overview. I hated that they were only able to say that Dan Snyder was just a bad boss. That's basically the way it ended. They could say was that he was a bad boss and he made people uncomfortable. He had practices that were unethical. That was pretty much it. They couldn't really accuse him of anything, sexual assault or anything along those lines, because it seems like the people who he was close with are people who are now in shambles that we don't hear from, or people who are super successful in another lane and they choose not to speak on it. So I wish they would have done that. Sickening that those people got other jobs. The Brian Peck guy, disgusting. I don't know what happened to the other guy, the skinny white dude who was writing in people's summer journals about Christ and all that stuff. I don't know where he went.
They got him. They got him. He went to jail. That's how we found out. Because
he went, but what happened after that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he got no other job.
But when he got arrested, that's how we found out what he was doing, because he was keeping journals of everything.
Yeah. Keeping the kids' stuff.
Yeah. He had
And then the mom who didn't want to go to the police about her daughter and then came to the police later on. That was interesting.
The police showed up to her. She said that's how she found out. The police had already found out about that guy and found that her daughter's underwear was in a Ziploc.
Yes, I forgot. What was his name, y'all? Was it Josh? Or is that it? Jason Handy? Was it him?
He had a very basic name. I cannot remember.
I think it was Jason.
It may be Jason.
And Brian, finding out that Drake was the deciding factor for Brian Peck was crazy, because apparently Brian Peck had done it to more than just Drake. And Drake's mom, y'all, Drake's mom needs her ass whooped. And I have to come around to this, because sometimes I feel like people use parents as scapegoats. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like in situations with R. Kelly. Yes, there were.
We can't talk about this without talking about the parents for R. Kelly.
There were definitely people bringing their kids to R. Kelly, but there were also people that I feel like didn't necessarily understand, believe, or know what was going on, and was taking that, they trying to take a black man down, and really believe that. And so you think that your daughter is a great opportunity, and now you're being blamed because the person you allow her to be around, like for instance, with R. Kelly and Sparkle's niece, like. Sparkle, her niece.
Hold on. Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah.
Jason Handy is still locked up and he don't get out till 2038. Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Thank
you.
Good
job. Hold up. I need to hold up. Yeah. Hold up.
Yep.
It's because we feel people that, great children should be away from the rest of us. Right. I don't know about y'all. A lot of y'all think they're victims. I don't know why y'all think that. But whatever. Okay. Either way, what were we, Necey? What were we saying about Robert? We were saying something about Robert.
You were talking about the parents. How the parents should be. I don't know if you were getting ready to say the parents should take some responsibility, but you were saying that there's other adults involved besides the parents.
Yes, so many adults involved, especially with Brian Peck. Like, first of all, I really hate, and I hate this from a personal standpoint, when you notice fucked up things about people and you point them out and everybody acts like you're crazy, even though everybody knows it's fucked up. So Brian Peck was a what is it called? A pen pal for a convicted murderer, John Wayne Gacy. He had memorabilia.
Did they talk about this in the documentary?
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yes, he presented this shit in front of the kids, in front of their parents, and it was as if everybody felt it was weird, but ignored the fact that this man was a pen pal for John Wayne Gacy. And if anybody needs to do their research on John Wayne Gacy, you find out he was somebody that was murdering and R-ing boys. So this is now Brian Peck being accused of R-ing Drake Bell. Drake Bell eventually gets accused of the same thing by a 15-year-old girl. Now, from his admission, this is somebody he met online. Once he figured out that they were not of age, he completely cut off contact. That girl, the witness, says he groomed her from the age of 12 and he R'd her. And
no, she's saying there was more than just conversation.
hold up. I'm gonna put it up for you
Because
because
this is the part that I feel like they left hanging at the end of that documentary
okay, I'm
in
gonna
the
play his
worst way.
audio. I'm gonna play his audio. It's 1:30. When we come back, I'm gonna read y'all what the witness, the victim said.
Okay.
Bonded on some DMs and was incredibly irresponsible and got myself into conversations that I shouldn't have had. And I ended up finding out that, I was talking to someone I shouldn't have been talking to. And it snowballed into these allegations that were not true. And it just turned into this big thing. And when I finally I was being investigated, and that was really difficult on my family. And thankfully, through 18 months of subpoenaing my social media and phones and computers and witnesses and everything, it turned out that most of what was being accused of me wasn't true. But I did have these conversations, and so I took responsibility for that and ended up pleading guilty because just financially, I was just devastated, and I just had a son, and I didn't want to put my family through all of this anymore. So I ended up going through the process the way that I did, and, very regretful. And I have to take, there's just so much that I've had to deal with, and through that, like I said, not having the tools or not knowing how to process things, I made a lot of decisions in my life that I responded on some DMs and was incredibly irresponsible and got myself into conversations that I shouldn't have had. And I ended up finding out that, I was talking to someone I shouldn't have been talking to. And it snowballed into these allegations that were not true. And it just turned into this big thing. And when I finally I was being investigated, and that was really difficult on my family. And thankfully, through 18 months of subpoenaing.
Okay, so that was a repeat. Hold up, y'all. Because I'm mad because they've done so many stories. The original story that I read, I'm having a hard time finding from before all of this. Because when I found my story was from like 2022, before the documentary came out. And before the documentary came out, here it is. I found this actually from 2021. Okay. The judge in a statement. I'm trying to find a specific part where the victim gives their statement. But basically, what I do remember, because I'm trying to find it exactly. 15-year-old. Okay. Previously reported the incident occurred December 1st, 2017, the same day Bell was scheduled to perform at a venue in Cleveland. The incident involved Bell engaging in an inappropriate chat with the 15-year-old victim that was at times sexual in nature. Though he initially pleaded not guilty to the charges following his arrest, Bell later agreed to a plea deal. I'm trying to find the original statement, but she said he groomed him. I mean, she said he groomed her from the age of 12.
I heard that.
She says, I idolized and looked up to him. She says he was calculating, he preyed on me, and he sexually abused me. He is a monster and a danger to children. He is sorry. He's finally been caught. He committed these crimes with pride. He can give me that look all he wants, but he knows exactly what I'm talking about. My suffering is not for him to brag about or use as a leverage about how he's become a good person. And now that he's a father, that's some of the stuff that she said.
And this is the part I found. Because she said after the hearing, she said the epitome of evil. She accused Bell of grooming her from the age of 12 before allegedly sexually abusing her when she was 15. She said she chose to write this statement because I want justice to be served more than anything. She began over Zoom. The only time that the defendant has appeared in court in person was on June 3rd for his arraignment, which was before the media thought about the case. He has appeared date over Zoom instead of appearing in person. This doesn't surprise me and shows what a coward he is, but I am not a coward. She detailed the pain Bell allegedly caused her, which she said resulted in panic attacks and nightmares. She also said her parents have spent more than $7,000 for her to go to therapy. He was calculating, he preyed on me and sexually abused me. She said, alleging that he sent her photos of his genitalia. He is a monster and a danger to children. She concluded, Jared Drake Bell is a pedophile, and that is his legacy.
Ooh, baby.
What source is that? Who did she speak to?
This was People.
Wow. I believe her. I believed her before you even read that, because the way that he giggles after he says, I was obviously talking to someone I shouldn't have been talking to, rubs me the wrong way. He giggles to try to make light of the situation like it was an honest mistake, when how the fuck do you confuse a child? How do you confuse a child for someone and talk to them for that long? He tried to make it relatable by laughing about it. It was weird to me.
The judge is what the judge said. The judge declared that Bell did take advantage of the victim. She didn't have the emotional or mental maturity to properly engage in their situation. Your position in celebrity status enabled you to nurture this relationship, the judge said. You were able to gain access to this child, and you were able to gain the trust of the child. So it's a two-edged sword, your position. I hope you truly are remorseful. I don't know if you are. That's what the judge said.
Wow. Wow. Damn. I believe it. I think people that violate these folks eventually turn them into who they were or who they are.
Yes. And to me, the funny part is that, like, I feel like the viewing public did not know about this, and they know that. They know the public didn't know about this because of the way they sat him down during the quiet on set interview. Like, oh, we gonna sit down this person that y'all don't know about. You know what I'm saying? You remember how everybody
I knew about it.
You knew about it.
I knew because in I knew he was a missing person a couple years ago, and it was a big deal. And that's how I found out about the allegations, because they ended up finding him in Mexico. He completely changed his name to Drake Campano or whatever Bell is in Spanish. He only tweets in Spanish. He's on tour in Mexico, and he is not coming back to the US because of these charges.
Does Mexico have extradition?
I have no idea. I think he's deciding not to come back. I think he's going there to start over. I don't think he's doing that like to evade the charges. I think he's doing it because he had to deal with them. He's going to stay there and rebrand himself and make money in Mexico versus making money here.
Okay. So I'm going to just say that I felt like, first of all, when I look at him, it's on him. Like, whatever he thinks we can't see, I can see it. He looks like a zombie. The color of his skin is extremely pale in a way that is just like even the furrow of his brow. And I'm so sorry for him, because I feel like he would not have been this person if he had not been assaulted himself as a child so severely. When he talked about that man said anything you can imagine. The most terrible thing you can imagine. That's what happened to me. And what that sounds like, based on what he said about them taking those trips to Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one, it sounds like he and his friends, Brian Peck, would take Drake to Disney. So that means it wasn't just him assaulting him. It was other people too. There was just something I caught in the way he made it seem as if it wasn't just him and Brian going. It was other people as well. Which is why I say it's like a network. And that's the thing people don't understand about the Diddy situation. It only makes sense that if everybody's into a certain kink, you're a celebrity, you have access to all these people. You can now charge your rich, famous friends for access to their kink that help them away with any illegality. See what I'm saying? So like when it comes to your Dan Schneider's making content, your Brian Peck's, you know what I'm saying? And now, Drake, that unfortunately I feel like is trying to act out his trauma in a different manner, but doing the same thing. You tell me a nigga moved to fucking Mexico and changes his name, and that makes me feel like that's because you want to have access to people who don't know your history.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
You know, exactly. So
Yeah.
you don't want to have to be on anybody's sex offenders registry. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sorry, Drake. Like, I swear to God, like, I hate the fact that I believe that victim, I don't care what they're talking about what evidence that, you know, dismisses her allegations, because the judge still said, I don't know if you did it or not. And I'm pulling up this picture right now because I want y'all to see the look on his face, because I see something.
Well, yeah, they also talked about him being an alcoholic. You can see he looks more older and more stressed than what he should, not only because of what he went through, but you can still it's still something that he's actively it's still it's still in him.
And I hate that. Like, I hate that so much.
The downturned eyes.
Yes. And then the trying to smile with your eyes, but it's not genuine. And you could tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something happening there. But anyway, and then also with the Brian Peck situation, like you said, you know, I feel like they glazed over Brian Peck. I mean, I'm sorry, not Brian Peck. Dan Schneider. They grazed over Dan Schneider, because to me, Dan Schneider did something to Amanda Bynes, because Amanda Bynes shows up as someone who is trying to process trauma.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
And also that he was doing on that camera with a child. I won't say
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no way I don't see that as you sexualizing this very small teen girl. And let's not forget about the fact that Ariana Grande has been a grown woman for a long time, but she continues to promote a childlike image. That's on purpose.
I feel like she just now got away from that though.
Yeah, just now. Because that fucking ponytail, the wide-eyed innocent look. And another thing, you know, people be out here calling Ariana a hoe. And I feel like she's trying to like gain power in her sexuality, because grown-ass men took advantage of her. So now, as a powerful adult grown woman, I think her going from relationship to relationship the way she has been is kind of like a reflection of somebody that is exercising their power in their dynamic. Meaning, I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna do what I want to do, I'm gonna fall in love, but then as soon as I don't like it, I'm throwing this nigga away. And I really can't be mad at her about that.
Yeah.
I said she looked younger than she did on Nickelodeon. So with that being said, let's move on to this, right? It's the last topic. We're gonna get off here. So y'all, a lot has been going down with Diddy. And the latest of the situation is that Diddy has not been arrested. His house was raided. And it is speculated that he is an informant of some kind. And to me, what that means is that, and I've always understood this ever since I saw, and I keep saying it because that's the moment, when I saw the documentary on the Playboy Mansion in Hugh Hefner. And I was brought to the attention that what Hugh Hefner would do was have parties, invite people over, record them. And then whenever a story comes out that's just like Cosby assaulting a 16, 15-year-old girl at the Playboy Mansion, the story's in the paper, but it goes away eventually. How does that happen? Because Hugh Hefner has, somebody in charge on camera doing coke off some grown stripper's ass. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't want this to come out. So he buries the story about Bill Cosby. Anything that happened at the Playboy Mansion, it was almost like they're free for all. They bring girls there and do unspeakable things to them. The football player, who was also Megan Good's godfather, what's his name? Jim Brown. Jim Brown was a huge, Black national treasure back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Blaxploitation films, football star, and Megan Good's godfather. Well, he was accused of torturing a girl in the grotto at the Playboy Mansion, which is a low level under the pool. And it was kind of off to the side. The people that work at the Playboy Mansion said they heard the girl screaming in agony for hours. For hours. He was like arming her and beating her. And then there was some type of contraption that you sit on. Listen, if you watch that documentary, it is extremely graphic and fucked up. But it let me know that celebrity men, because they have so much access to sex, it gets boring eventually. And so then they start trying to do other shit in order to keep it exciting, because now they have access to everything. Anything they could have ever wanted, they have it now. And now they're bored. And because they don't want to do the inner work to make themselves good people or figure out what's inside of them, act it out in all these other ways. It's just a fact of life. So to me, Diddy being this person, you know, is basically, it makes sense to me, because I remember every time Chris Brown or a Trey Songz story would come out, it was at a Diddy party. It was at a Diddy Miami party or yacht. Something happened. You know what I'm saying? And so when this story comes out, I was like, yeah, it's just been a long time coming. We already know Cassie comes out with her shit. Then you have 4 more stories coming out, including Rodney Jones, the producer, who was also recording him, going around with him, who said he woke up one night in the bed with Diddy and some other people with his ass hurting, child. I don't know. Ultimately, it's been put out there, and now those witnesses have corroborated with Homeland Security and the FBI in Los Angeles and Miami. They raided his homes. I feel like Diddy had a heads up, which is why he wasn't at any of his homes. He was at the Opelika airport, I guess, to get his drug mule, Brendan, because his drug mule was coming back with some pink cocaine and some edibles. Okay, so everybody can have a good time at the party. All right, I'm not mad at this. But essentially, the federale hood caught up with everybody, arrested Brendan. Diddy wasn't arrested. Diddy smart. He knows how to keep himself from being, you know, directly affected, I guess. But to me, leaving his children at the house let me know what I felt when he was at the BET Awards and he never said anything about his children. Made me feel like somebody that doesn't really have the emotional care for their children, but they see them as an ego boost. Like, me taking care of my kids means I'm that nigga. My kids looking good, being beautiful, that looks good on me. But I did some digging on Diddy and his kids, and I had no idea that Justin got into Harvard and Diddy didn't want him to go to fucking Harvard.
Whoa.
Diddy wanted him to go to either UCLA, one of the California schools. Also got into it with his coach. But I was like, you didn't want Justin to go to Harvard?
Yeah, that's why Kanye said I'll bust the coach's head open on some Diddy shit if he ever talks to my son like an idiot. Y'all know that song?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what made me realize I was right, like, about the way he handled the kids. Like, you only use them to make yourself look good and you want to control. That means, for me, you've probably a narcissistic parent. So that means these grown ass kids, Justin and King Christian, are grown. So that means they're walking in father's footsteps to make father happy, because father is never fucking happy because he's a crazy narcissist. Okay.
So it is weird to me how Christian is like recreating himself to be his dad, even with the music, the dances, the outfits. It's kind of odd.
It is. And now he's being accused of assault a young woman. And Misa Hilton, however you pronounce her name, child, has decided that she's going to on Kim Pro and order, you know, lawyers and make sure that he's taken care of. But Misa pissed me off, because before this happened, Misa was online hinting at outing Diddy for putting her son Justin in harm's way. The alcohol, when I think he got in a car accident or something like that. He was DUI, some shit. And she got online and was doing some, you know, talking as if she was gonna out Diddy and never really did. You know what I'm saying? It was around the time that Kimora was talking about Russell and the shit that was going on with them. So I'm like, Misa, you know Diddy is the bad guy, but because you see your sons as children instead of the grown men that they are, you're ignoring the fact that they're trying to please him and they are obviously walking in his footsteps. So if you Diddy's the bad guy, you know your boys are the bad guys too now, right? So her thinking she's about to sue the fucking HSI for coming in with their guns on a RICO case. And this is another thing. Do y'all think it was excessive force? Because I don't. When you think about somebody that's being charged with transporting people, guns, and drugs in with a whole bunch of people, and you think the federale hood did too much coming in with guns, handcuffing people, and putting them on the lawn? What y'all think?
You know, I didn't really see any videos or clips of what they did, but
I'll pull it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the video and stuff, but I didn't really think, I mean, it was excessive to me. I felt like that's what they do when they rain your shit. I mean, like they come in there, they don't know what you got going on there.
That's what
you know
I
what
was
I'm saying. Anything could pop off and it could be a shootout or whatever the case was. You know what I'm saying? With the video I saw, I don't think they were handling the boys like all rough and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is just a deflection to try to get us to have sympathy about the situation and to turn our heads away from what's really going on. But it's like, I don't really want to hear you whining about that right now. I'm not saying that you shouldn't if you felt like your children experienced some level of injustice. I just continue to have that energy for Diddy like you did a few months ago when you was going off on his ass.
Hold up, let me change this background and I'm gonna run this little video. So this is she says the overzealous and overtly militarized force used against my sons Justin and Christian is deplorable. If there were the sons of non-black celebrity, they would not have been handling the same aggression. The attempt to humiliate, terrorize these innocent young black men is despicable. I'm kind of annoyed with her because I'm tired of y'all making this a black people thing. Like it might be, but to be honest, like, you know, they might have given the right white boy a little bit, you know, more caution. But
now I will give her this. I feel like when it came to Jeffrey Epstein, they didn't do this shit. I will say that.
Yeah,
so I do understand. I do understand. It's not about whether they have any kids around. It's just about in general.
But did they raid him or did they just arrest him?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I don't. They didn't raid him at all, and he had, I feel, more legit, worse allegations than Diddy, and he didn't get raided. That's what I'm saying. That's where I connect with her. You said, was it Rico?
Yeah, because the difference I'm thinking is like raping women is raping women, but transporting drugs and guns makes the federale hood feel like you might have guns when we come in here, which is why
I would think Jeffrey had all of that. It was like he was damn near running like a brothel or whatnot. I would think he had all of that. So I see her point, but at the same time, I think that she added sauce on it to deflect.
Yeah, because it's her sons. I think if it was just Diddy, she wouldn't have said anything. Correct. But because the sons were involved, now they're doing too much. But I'm like, but then they're being accused of shit. And it's not that we want to believe that they did it, but common sense tells me having Diddy as a dad, having y'all at these parties, y'all don't know really right from wrong and wrong from right in the same manner when your father is giving you access to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I would feel like they probably wouldn't even really have a choice in the matter because Diddy would make it so that if y'all ain't doing what I'm doing, y'all ain't good enough. Y'all ain't like me. Like, think about the way Diddy talks to people. That constant can't stop, won't stop. If you ain't working hard, you know, you can stop working when you die. You know, you can sleep when you die. Like that type of energy that he would have with them as a parent, I think would probably create insane children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ones who dress like you, talk like you, make music like you.
Like, and honestly, when I was looking up pictures of Christian, if he's not smiling, it's kind of creepy, y'all. I hate to see it like that, but it's something about some of his pictures that just look like
he ain't
he
that
is.
man daddy. I mean, like he ain't that man's son.
Hold up, let me.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Justin. Christian. You know, Christian.
Christian, the one
Oh,
who look like
Christian.
him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks exactly like him. Yeah.
But look at
Yeah.
his eyes in his picture, bro. Like it's something that makes me feel like you go
sad,
and it's giving you go to a dead place inside yourself, and that means you go to a you could go to a dead place inside of yourself when you are harming someone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dang, I hope not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this either because that's just the allegation, and the girl ain't even
Yeah.
filed nothing. And I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
I'm starting to question Tyrone Blackburn because I feel like
yeah,
as
of
an
course.
attorney, you trying a lot of shit in the social media space,
Yes,
and
and all
you
the
need to
blogs.
try that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you need
give me
to
the
try that in
evidence.
the. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's like his evidence, his stuff that he's putting out. The paperwork is just so different from Cassie's for some reason. And maybe it's all the video and stuff and the name droppings and stuff. I don't know what it's just so different than Cassie's to where her stuff came off way more believable.
Individualistic. Like this is my personal experience versus them trying to tell you the hip opera that occurred that night.
Yeah.
They're
It's
trying to
so
create a narrative for you versus Cassie just telling her story.
correct. And I feel like some stuff did happen with Lil Rod. Don't get me wrong, but I think that the attorney might be adding some spice or something going on. Like it's like I don't know.
I
About
don't 100% trust Tyrone Blackburn either. But I also feel like there is something about the way men like Diddy raise their sons that just kind of makes me feel like it's low-key inevitable that they're gonna have the same type of mentality or inclinations simply because that's who they daddy is. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that is not true because I feel like we all want to see them as victims to a crazy man. Because to me, you can't tell me that Diddy didn't do this shit because I feel like I've been watching Diddy act like a maniac for years. But back when he was acting like a maniac in the 90s and the early 2000s, nobody was really looking at it like that. Our perception has changed. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to think gay jokes and just rape jokes, like shit that's not funny now. Like niggas was making jokes and laughing about that shit when we was growing up. You know what I mean? So I just kind of feel like our perception has changed, and now the same things are not. It's just not okay. We're not ignoring it like we used to.
right.
But it's just something, and it's the same thing with Young Miami. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy. I was like, why do y'all think that Young Miami is gonna change a nigga from the 90s? Like nobody's changing a nigga from the 90s. If he was a
Who thought she
dog,
was doing that?
no, a thought that she was in control of the situation because she's just having a good time. My Young Miami's having a good time, and he not really getting her wrapped up like that. They just enjoying each other, and I'm like, y'all, that's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Especially not with Diddy.
Not with Diddy. But with old niggas and young women, there's no such thing. There's always a transference of energy or humbling or humiliation that has to take place in these dynamics in order for the men to feel like the men when they're these type of men. And I think we've kind of seen them humiliate people several times, and we just act like that's not what we're seeing. But Diddy's giving Flash. I mean, not Flash. Big Red. I'll hang your ass off the side of the building. Did he really do that to somebody? I mean, let's not even get into him blowing up Kid house. Like
Didn't something happened with Wale, right?
Wale is the one that they said he hung from the building like Big Red from the 5 Heartbeats.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So I just feel like we've let the shiny suits and the diamonds and the brother love and all of that shit kind of cloud from the fact that Diddy has kind of been low-key a gangster this entire time. And not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
Wale said it was a lie, but I don't believe Wale. Because
I really don't quite know I would like to know exactly what's going on, what they being charged with versus what's a conspiracy? What's a rumor? Are the sons actually involved? Like, or are they involved of aspects of the business that's tied to some of the alleged sex trafficking? Like, the dynamics are so complex here. I really don't know what to make of it. I know Diddy guilty of something. Did he do it? Sound like he did. But I don't know how much the sons are involved and in what capacity. I'm trying to figure that out.
Right.
I don't know either, but it seems as if Diddy had everybody around him transporting shit on private jets. I think that's the legalities that's getting everybody hung up, right?
Right.
Because essentially I'm hearing a lot in the paperwork is Diddy will have Young Miami, Lil Rod, assistants, the guy picking and dropping off drugs on private jets, women, whatever, on private jets across state lines. And whether those people want to be there or not, you can't be transporting people over state lines for trafficking in any shape or form. And I think as soon as they catch you up on that, then they can catch you up on anything. Now, nobody's been charged. To be clear, nobody's charged and everybody's kind of holding on to that. I just kind of feel like Diddy I'm not going to get over the fact that that lady said Diddy is the one that shot her in the face. He made J-Lo bring the gun into the club, and then he had Shine take the blame. Like, I'm not gonna get over that one. You know what I'm saying? Because something about Shine makes me feel like Shine didn't shoot anybody in the face. I don't know why, but I've just always kind of felt like that. So, I just kind of feel like Diddy's low key, your shiny, famous monster on some slick shit. And everybody, yeah, he fucked over Mary J. Blige at one point. They had to be friends again. There was a lot of pain. People, Mace is always telling y'all how he happy he got, escaped from Diddy Mountain or whatever the fuck. Diddy father worked for Frank Lucas. He grew up around that environment. Yeah. Yeah. Shine didn't he took the rap. Everybody says that he took the rap. And Lil Kim too. I always wondered about when Lil Kim went to jail, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Like, how she end up going to jail out of everybody? But anyway, we're about to end the show. So I'm going to read these super chats and we're going to get out of here. Lulu Drews, thank you for the super chat. I missed y'all. We missed y'all too.
Yes, we did.
C Fuzz Love, thank you for the super sticker. Dr. Tiff, I'm recovering from outpatient surgery for similar issues. Thankful for a Black doctor who is diligent and cares for her patients, unlike Dr. Jackie. Thank you, ladies. Love the panel. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Trolling. Thank you for the super chat. Giselle was wearing off the rack Versace Couture, the thrifty version of Versace. $350 for common folks. Embarrassing. Do better.
That makes sense.
It does. $350 is terrible for this, though. I'm just saying, bitch. Like, you might as well have gotten a fashion dress, and it would have been more glitter. And cheaper. Barb meets World. What's up, boo? Remember her comment about James Harden's beard having fried chicken grease and watermelon in it? Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, yes. Robin said that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we forgot about that, y'all. Yep. This might be happening, but
that was just like last year, I think.
Yeah, no, that wasn't that long ago. That was not that long ago. So yeah, thank you for that. Trolling, thank you for another super chat. NECA's hairstylist played her with that Procon Pro Gel flaky ass clip-on ponytail.
Honestly, not Procon, because that's the gel that I feel like nobody really know the name of, but you know what it looked like. And once, okay, it's called Procon. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The funny part to me though is that makes sense, and I hate to say it like this, like, because y'all gonna be mad at me, but the African women, y'all are in the 90s when it comes to wigs and weaves. Like, y'all are still in the 90s. Even if y'all live here in America, y'all are still in the 90s for the most part. A lot
really? Not here.
To me, they wigs don't never be that right. Like, look at her with this clip-on yaki ponytail synthetic. Like, it's not even blending. Like,
maybe because it's a gang of African women in between Houston and Dallas. But
they have their wigs on right out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to y'all. A negative have hers on right though. Shout out to the Texas African hotties. Y'all got y'all wig game upgraded, and we appreciate y'all because we are tired of seeing y'all like our mamas and aunties in the 90s wearing them wigs. Okay, just too much too much thickness in the scalp. Anyway, Amani, hey love, thank you for the super chat. I just went to Katie's Instagram and I got a headache. She needs some help for real. Yeah, I had to unfollow Katie. Katie's crazy, but back in the day, Katie used to read down.
She sure did.
Caitlin Dodgers, thank you for the super chat. How did he make you? Girl, bye. Yeah, Giselle. Tiara A, thank you for the super chat. Hey, ladies. Jiz said initially Chris asked to speak to her and she suggested they go to her room. When they got there, she said no one was there. Then that's when she said she felt uncomfy. Yes. And that's all still on her, not on him. So calling him a sneaky link, saying he didn't know anybody was in her room, all of that shit is her continuing to want to put sauce on it to malign him. Which is why I don't feel any sympathy for her and I don't care anything about her fucking death threats. And if you had, fires burning on the lawn like you and fucking Malcolm X or something like that, which honestly I low-key do not believe. Not that it didn't happen, but that it didn't happen the way she says it happened. Also, her daddy was colorist. Let's not even get into that. I've already told y'all you can't tell me no different. I know Louisiana men, and I know Louisiana men in politics who think they, halfway decent. They went to St. Aug. They think they fucking special because they not a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and they still ain't shit. Anyway, Miss Cookie Ray, thank you for the super chat. I still feel some kind of way about Candace not reading Robin for filth, for having the audacity to speak on her marriage with her sad situation. I hope that Candace curses everybody out in this next part, or maybe the third part, because if she's going to quit, she might as well tell everybody to suck her dick. DeQuasia, thank you for the super sticker. Satra Del Reed, thank you for the super chat. Isn't Ray J running Suge Knight's label? Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Suge Knight has all the access in the world. If I hear this nigga on podcast, this nigga's in prison. Why is he talking to me? Caitlin, thank you for another one. Nah, you be right. In this video, you say Young Miami was a sex worker for Diddy, and survey says, and you call Erica still sleeping with Safari. I sure did. Thank you so much for pointing out those 2 times. There have been many others, but we're going to keep it cute. Ray Dell and Elberstein's cousin, thank you for the super chat. Bondy, when you mentioned the network of content going to creepy people, this is something that people have been warning influential families who make a lot of content with their kids about in terms of protecting kids' privacy. Oh, you're right about that, girl. Adrian Booker, thank you for the super chat. Hey, ladies, so glad that you're all back. Did you see Stevie J post on Instagram about what a real Diddy party was? He got all the negative comments. Okay, I was going to post that, but I'm trying to get us off of here before 2:30. But yes, I did see that birthday party from probably 2010 that this nigga posted, trying to act like this what a Diddy party looks like. We are not stupid. We are not adolescents. You can have a party that everybody's at with the cameras there, and it all looks like good, clean fun. And then when all the good, clean, fun people leave, then some people are hanger-ons. What did Jay-Z say? After the party is the party, and after the party is the hotel lobby, and after the Belvedere, then it's probably Chris, and after the original is probably this siesta. And that was him and R. Kelly. So ultimately, bad shit happens at the end of parties. Okay. Kim Cat, thank you for the super chat. Diddy's grown children are victims of this monster too. Grown men and women and girls and boys are afraid of Diddy because he's killed and sexually assaulted a lot of people, which is why his kids are victims too. I'm not saying there are not victims, but if you have victimized other people, your victimhood becomes invalid in this process.
Like Drake Bell.
Yes. Okay. Like you can't be a victim and get away with victimizing someone else. Like that's not how this works. AAA 504. Thank you for being a member for 28 months. Missed y'all. Glad y'all back. Attentions, man, for 8 months. Thank you. Kim ate the charges because she used to snitch better than men we have seen. And she was stupid for that because I bet you all was nowhere to be found.
Right.
She was doing a commissary and in phone calls by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight. Okay. All of the Miss Mamas, okay, they tired. We gotta go. Jami, that's me. Bondy Blue, Necey Dixon. We miss y'all. We so glad that y'all came and fuck with us tonight. We hope we see y'all next show. We'll put that out whenever we decide whose channel that's going and when that's gonna happen. Because as we y'all, you know, we work for ourselves in this climate, and these ladies just had babies. So we'll be back whenever the fuck we be back. But we love y'all and we appreciate y'all, and we have not broken up. Okay, but
right. Somebody said that OohLadies First Panel just banned. Yeah, I was like, who said that?
Who said that? Cut it out. We always here. Okay, my girls. We in the DMs. Y'all just don't know. Anyway, thank y'all for coming through. Subscribe to all our channels, and we'll see you guys next time. Are we out yet? We're not out yet. Bye.